Live from the bunker in Bayonne, it's the Ignorance is No Excuse show. From SativaCross.com.
Hello, Cleo. Hello, Lefty.
Hello, William.
Hello.
How's everybody this evening?
I'm doing okay. I'm actually checking the connection on YouTube, so if I don't answer you, I'm not ignoring
It's okay.
you.
I'm struggling with some internal issues right now.
Uh-oh.
That's some serious stuff.
Pretty much.
Wow. All right, let's see where we're at online.
So I'm trying to come to a more reasonable expectation level
Of what?
of anything and everything, depending upon how I see it. I'm in this mode that I don't like, so I'm in research mode of what's making me get into that mode, so I can get out of that mode.
Whatever that means.
It's about an attitude of gratitude, I'm sure.
Tonight on the Ignorance is No Excuse show, we have Scott Vasilik suing Sparta police for violating his everything. They just violated the shit out of Scott.
Everything.
Yeah, they just fucked up. Sparta just, man, we're paying for it, but Scott deserves it.
I'm sorry about the condition of this joint, William.
Ed Fortune, the weed man, goes to court tomorrow.
All right.
We got
sorry.
Jesse Sanders.
City or federal?
City. Jesse Sanders goes to court tomorrow also. So we're not going to make one of those dates, unfortunately. Hold on a second. God. Damn, I hate having to produce and host and talk while you guys...
You know what?
All right, well, we're good online. I just checked our feed.
Good. That's a good thing. Please stop playing. Okay. Thanks, William. Also, on tonight's show, we will have Jesse, hopefully. And I want to talk about Don Karpowicz. He got in the paper again. And he's one of the vets who fought for PTSD for cannabis. Are you going to cough on the mic? Oh, jeez. Really? We're going to go through this shit again?
Let's not even bother to pay any mind to it. Keep talking about what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Don Karpowicz, what? I'm sorry?
He's not feeling well. We were going to call Don tonight, but he's not feeling well.
Okay.
So, but he is one of the vets who testified to get cannabis for vets with PTSD. Cannabis for anybody.
Well, I hope he feels better.
Yeah, feel
Sure.
better, dude.
Really?
He's there's times where he just doesn't feel well. He doesn't just have PTSD. He has a lot of other things like Lyme and a lot of other stuff going on that, you know.
But the PTSD is a primary.
It's a bad one.
You know,
It's crippling in itself. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see if I can catch this guy before he takes off on a plane. He's getting on a jet plane. Have that lighter, please.
Yo,
Hey, weed man.
I'm on the plane, getting ready to take off.
Nice. We'll catch you before you go up. So you have your court date tomorrow, huh?
Yep, yeah. Yeah.
I saw your video of your suits. Your suits look wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah. Which one do you think I picked?
I think it's the lime green one, the yellow one, like looking, the lime green, like William's shirt.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm sure I would put $100 on that.
Who you gonna put the $100 on? Who's holding the
I
money?
say the blue one. The dark blue one, like the royal blue one. But all right.
Wait a minute, who's this?
It's Cleo. Gringa.
Oh, hey.
Cleo? Hey.
You think it's the blue?
Good luck
You think
tomorrow.
it's the blue one, huh?
Yeah, the dark
All right.
blue, like royal blue one.
William, what color, William?
Purple.
Purple?
Oh,
Color of epilepsy?
you already
Yeah,
looked
well,
at
I didn't.
I will tell you, I like the purple one.
Ed,
I like the
didn't-
purple one.
I didn't see the other colors. That one I saw, and that one just brought you out.
Yeah, I
You
will
know what
tell
I
you,
mean?
Will. I liked it. I liked the purple one.
It looked hot.
I'm not gonna say if I chose it or not, but I did like it.
Well, let me go here. You look good behind it.
Yeah. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess, huh?
Yep.
Soon.
So
Hey, there's gonna be fireworks in court tomorrow. Did you read that article?
yeah.
Oh
We're
my
trying
goodness.
to find out who the rat is.
Well, we know who the rat is. That's the thing. We just can't announce it, right? Really, legally, right?
I'm not sure who it is.
Well, yeah, we kind of know.
Well, I gotta be 100% sure before I say that.
Right. That's the problem. We're not 100%. We're like 99.9% sure, and we're like, we just need that little
Yeah.
bit. you know?
Yeah, I don't want to get sued by somebody else.
Right,
You know?
right.
But I think I know who did it, and
Yep.
whatever. And ratting, I
Ugh.
don't think it's really ratting. Even though I use that word, what he did was misconstrued, fabricated. That's what he did.
Right.
Yes.
So we'll see. There it is. We're gearing up. We're rolling down the run.
Well, this
Ready to roll down the run.
Weed man, this is
Oh,
the
no,
same.
never mind.
This is the same guy that got arrested going over the bridge, back and forth over the bridge, from what I understand. Right?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I didn't even know he was going over. I didn't even know about that, other than scuttlebutt I heard. But
Right.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of rumors, but people seem to know. People seem to know who he is. So I don't know.
Well, once I know, I'll post it. That's what the prosecution is trying to keep me from doing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't want to.
Right.
I have my own suspects. And I just like 2 or 3 of them. But I didn't want to say nobody because I don't know for sure.
It's
But
yeah.
Right.
once I know for sure, I'm going to disregard any judge's order anyway.
Yeah.
I don't
I know.
care. Hit me with contempt. I'm going to post who the rat is. And listen, I'm going to trial. That rat's going to have to stand trial.
Oh yeah, you're gonna.
Don't have to
That's the exposure. Right there. That's the exposure where you get to expose the rat.
Yep.
You
And
know
that's
what I
why.
mean? Yeah, because they're just gonna
I've
keep. Right.
Yeah, I'm demanding everything. And I told everybody that they picked the wrong one. I don't even look at myself as being a defendant because I'm fighting this from the offensive point of view.
Right.
I'm fighting. Oh, I'm rolling down the runway right now.
Are you gonna
So-
Are you gonna
Have a
mention?
safe flight.
Have a safe flight. Are you gonna mention
have a
Harry?
safe flight.
Are you gonna mention Harry Anslinger in your opening statement by any chance?
Of course I will.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. All right, we're rolling down the runway. We're a
Have
couple
a
hundred
safe
yards
flight.
away.
Good luck.
Stay on the line. I want to hear you take off. I want to hear you scream as you take off.
Oh my God.
All right. Oh, there we go. The front end is up.
And it's cracking in half. Oh,
Oh,
no!
We're in the air now, so get ready to cut
Who's
off.
a bigger douche?
All right. Put on airplane mode and be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.
right.
See you on the other side here.
Sure.
All right, Weed Man. Good luck tomorrow. Hey, Weed Man, who's a bigger douche? Shit. I don't like flying. I used to fly
I don't
airplanes.
like bamboo paper.
Dude,
Go on.
I flew Cessna
You don't like
152s.
flying, really?
I flew 152s, and I'm afraid to fly now.
It's not. It's really. I've flown in tiny little planes too.
I like that, but
No, it's like.
not anymore. Not anymore.
Well, I
No
don't
more.
know. It has
No.
to be like a big 747 or something. I can't.
All right, so Ed, we're not going to make tomorrow's court date with Ed. We're going to see Jesse actually tomorrow.
Wait, why is Ed getting
you
on
are-
the plane anyway?
There's no way I
Never
could make
mind.
that for Jesse, unfortunately.
Yeah, Ed's in California coming home,
Oh,
I believe.
Chisa.
Or Washington, right?
Or no, he's in San Fran right now, I think.
West
Okay.
Coast somewhere.
So
That's
he
cool.
moved it because he wasn't at the Hemp Fest over the weekend.
Oh yeah, I remember. I saw a video of that. All right.
But the story I have
cool.
here about Ed is, wow, this is crazy. This is really nuts. It says prosecutors fight to keep secret informant in New Jersey weed man's drug case. Okay. It says here, Ed Fortune, the New Jersey weed man, wants to film a reality show chronicling the impact of the country's so-called war on drugs on his life. He has a couple of titles in mind. The War on New Jersey Weed Man. Or perhaps even better, Marijuana Martyr. Fortune pointed to prosecutors' desire in a drug case in Trenton that could land him in prison for years to protect the identity of a confidential informant who allegedly purchased weed from him several times at his downtown city business. See, first of all, I don't even believe this informant because Ed does not sell weed. He doesn't sell weed. I know he doesn't sell weed. So this is bullshit. Just this whole thing. Oh, my God. Really? You got to be freaking kidding me.
Well, however the snitch,
They're lying. The snitch is lying.
however the snitch decides to, like, you know,
Worse kind of
find a way to be a snitch, so he could snitch. Unbelievable.
Can you put my headphone volume down a little bit? I thank you.
Assistant prosecutor Stephanie.
Cats?
Okay, we'll say it that way.
Yeah, that's how they sound.
There's other ways to say that word. Cited in court papers a series of undercover controlled buys, but didn't say when they allegedly occurred. As part of what authorities contend was a 2-month investigation centered on drug dealing at Fortune's business. The cannabis. Sorry, the cannabis activists' restaurant, smoke shop, and cannabis church were raided in April, leading to the roundup of Fortune and 10 others. You know what's interesting? They only rounded up. They only hassle black people in Trenton and black businesses. Isn't that funny?
I don't know so much.
They don't do this in Taco Bell. They don't do this.
Are you surprised?
Yeah,
You know, no, I'm not. But it's just surprising that they would do this on record and on
But
video
no, well,
to Ed
well,
Fortune.
you know, I understand that, but I think because of the impact of who Ed is, politically and publicly,
Yeah.
they're just trying to find a way to shine.
But they look
Oh,
no.
come on. That's like saying, "Oh, my parents named me Adolf, so just hate me." I hate
Bingo.
me if you're Jewish. Like his name is New Jersey Weedman, and they're discriminating against him because of that fact. Exactly, they're profiling him. He has
Exactly.
dreads, and he smokes weed,
And he's smart.
It's exactly, and that
They don't like that.
intimidates him. It scares
They
the
hate
living shit out of him that he's a successful black man. He has
smart,
not only
successful black
one
man.
business, but 3 businesses that run alongside each other right across from City
How
Hall.
scary
Like it's
is
the
that?
biggest smack to the face. Like, and it's not even a smack to the face. They should be applauding him for the amount of communal work he does, and it's really just a sad state of
he received an
affairs.
award from the assembly,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
From
It's
Reed.
like-
Didn't he receive a award?
From Reed
an
Guscura.
award?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did.
Was that May or June that he arrived with that?
So, he took crack and heroin off that street corner and
Yeah,
put
he
a
did.
business, gave people jobs, gave people a place to do stuff, gave
So
people
they-
hope.
So they could be
Give kids a
productive,
place to go.
productive members of society.
A church where you can go relax, a place where I can go as a patient and relax.
He got so many kids off the street. It's like
Oh yeah.
The weed they found was patient's weed that was slipped on the floor. I'm telling you. I think my weed's in that fucking bag.
I don't
there's
know.
a lot of patients' weed that was on the floor there.
What
I
was on the
imagine
paperwork
Yeah.
in regards to that?
it's a sanctuary.
There's-
A lot of people go there because they can't smoke because of their lease agreements, or because they
Right.
live with family members that don't smoke, or because their loved ones are on probation or whatever. Like some people can't smoke at home, and that's the point of the sanctuary for patients. And
Okay, so here we go. Kant has asked a judge for a protective order to prevent Fortune from disclosing or publicizing the informant's name. That's not going to work. There's no way that's going to work, ever. He's just going to hand it off to us, and we'll tell him what it is. Come on, this is stupid ass. Prosecutors have turned over 168 pages of records related to the case and a DVD with photographs from the raid and want the informant's name kept secret. In her papers, Coots says she fears the cooperating witness could... Really, William?
it's
Keep going.
No, the show.
Keep reading
At
the
some point, I
fucking
have to
thing.
say, stop coughing into the mic.
I don't hear him.
At some point, I have to
didn't even
tell
hear him
you.
until you said something.
Jesus.
Like, it's like, and I didn't even have my mic on completely.
Okay. In her
I mean, my
papers,
headphones.
Cough says she fears the cooperating witness
Keep
could
changing her name.
be in danger if his or her name is revealed. She says Fortune has not been shy about publicizing his case, and the protective order is needed to ensure the integrity of the judicial process. The integrity of the judicial process. She's.
Oh my
Oh, you
God.
get it? You get it?
Yes, yes, that's funny.
What the fuck, dude?
She says the integrity of the judicial
Oh
process.
my God, dude.
She's funny. This chick is fucking funny. I never heard something so funny in my life. Prosecutors are willing to have a judge meet with the witness in chambers before issuing a ruling. The defendant has spoken on the radio to various media outlets and used YouTube and social media to publicize his version of this case. Coots wrote, "The state's concern is that similar publicity targeting the witness will subject the witness to danger." Okay. Fortune said he never sold cannabis to anyone, only shared it, and his seized video surveillance tapes will prove it. This is true. He does share, he does not sell. Whoever authorities sent into his place to purchase weed is a rat, who is likely fabricating the allegations to get out of trouble. He said that Cucci's request demonstrates the length of prosecutors will go in order to protect the coppery. This is coppery, the cannabis activist said by phone Monday from the Seattle Hemp Fest. They have secret grand juries, they have undercover unnamed informants, and then they say it's a public trial and everything is transparent. The American people have gotten so used to the non-transparency in the war on drugs. I want my intellectual property back, and I can do with it what I want. I think a production company should help me get my reality show footage back and help me edit it and call the episode when coppery goes bad. Weed man, I'll do it. Me and Jason and Arnold will sit down and do it. Give me and Jason Arnold a big bag of weed and sit us in a room with Final Cut 10, and me and Jason will do it. You hear me, Jason? Jason, hit us up. We'll call Jason tonight, too. Fortune is being arraigned Tuesday before Judge Anthony Massey in Mercer County Criminal Court. He's expected to plead not guilty. Prosecutors are expected to extend a 7-year plea offer, 3.5 years, which he would have to serve before coming up for parole. Yeah, right. Right. I want to meet this prosecutor. We should call the prosecutor. On Thursday's show, we're going to call the prosecutor's office during the day. They're a public person. We can talk to them on the radio, right? We're a radio show. We're going to call the prosecutor.
That sounds like a marvelous idea.
Let's do that, yeah.
Jot that down.
Yeah.
Agenda.
Yeah. Cleo, can you remember that for one of us, please? One of us just has to remember that. Three people here. One of us will remember that. Edward Hayburn.
We want to call the prosecutor on Thursday from the State House
We should,
at the Tell It Like It Is podcast.
I want to call Ed
with
Hayburn.
Sativa Cross.
I want to call Ed Hayburn, Fortune's lawyer, who says the offer is ridiculous. He compared Fortune's case to one he represented in Philly in the 90s, where Vice Squad cops were brought up on disciplinary charges for fabricating a story about an informant named Happy Gomez. Wasn't that your radio name back in Philly, Happy Gomez? William?
Yeah, I'll entertain that.
Back in the 70s, you had a radio show, and your name was Happy Gomez, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, it was you.
Oh my God,
But
moving on.
but you want it to be me. I can understand this. I think.
Weird news.
In Trenton, Happy Gomez is Happy Gonzalez. What? Referring to Trenton Police Captain Eldimero Gonzalez. Oh, Eldimero Gonzalez says he's a key figure in Fortune's federal lawsuit. The police captain submitted an affidavit claiming 30 people were involved in a fight outside Fortune's months before the raid. That just didn't happen. Oh, the case is about protecting Captain Gonzalez from going to the U.S. attorney and asking them to prosecute for perjury. This case isn't about cannabis. Oh, I see. This is really crazy.
Yeah, it is. The way this thing spun, running through the network. Oh yeah, no doubt. This son of a bitch got traction on it too.
Here, the Weed Man goes, every single police reality show, people are unexpectedly put on TV, he said. The Rat stumbled into my reality show. He's going to be a star in my reality show. I don't care if he's scared or if people are going to pick on him. He shouldn't have been a rat then. Oh, this guy's in trouble. We know who he is, too.
Yeah, but you know what? Even with that 99.99, looking for that 1 point.
We know it is, but we're not saying it.
To be
Yeah,
able
we
to-
can't say it, but we know. And he
to
knows.
make it to 100%.
We want him to know that we know, though. Or he probably knows we know.
Now, I'm sure he does, and he's
He's actually in hiding. We haven't seen
well,
him.
I'll tell you what.
He's hiding. He is hiding.
So he's not showing. He's
No.
not showing up at the joint.
No, he disappeared, kind of. Yeah, he's.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy disappeared. Yeah.
Wow.
And I told you about.
Is there a vendetta involved there?
There's a lot of people are trying to get Ed for years, and they failed. They have failed. That's what pisses them off. They don't like a smart, successful black dude. They don't like
No.
it. They just don't like
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, you know, most of the country's still racial anyway.
It's scary. You know what?
They never, you know, moved beyond that.
People think because Barack Obama's the president. Let me tell you something. We didn't elect him. He was put there for a reason by people that we'll never see and never meet. He was put there, just like Hillary's being put there right now. Hillary's being given that job right now.
Oh my God! You
Giving it to her.
how?
Nobody sees this shit but me. What am I? Am I nuts?
No. Well, wait. I mean, come on. Everybody that wants to come.
Cannabis
Everybody that wants
Proposition
so far,
64,
what, in the past month,
anybody?
that wanted to come forward against her died.
Oh yeah. Well,
Huh?
I have a problem with her saying she's going to deschedule cannabis. She's so full of shit. She's not going to deschedule shit. Hillary. And what the hell if she does schedule 2? What does that mean?
What Hillary
That
thinks?
means
Who
more
gives a fuck
bullshit.
What any of them think?
I mean, you know, it
Like,
should be.
fucking Talk about shit
it
that
should-
actually matters.
schedule the lowest schedule that could ever be possible.
No schedule.
Created, which would be 0. No doubt.
It closes doors for medicinal when they say descheduled.
I mean, I just got a flashback in my mind, just that moment of the genesis with Ronnie Reagan and Nancy Reagan. This is the world we live in.
All right, I have a joint here in passing. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, very good. Moving right along. We have another. Well, hang on a second here. We have a. We'll do this a little early tonight. There was a big loss in our community this week. Horrible. Jeremy. Joanne Zito is a good friend of ours. She helps out a lot at the joint, does a lot of activist work. She comes on the tour with us. She's really a huge help to us. And her husband was killed in a car accident, a motorcycle accident, on Friday. He was only like 43 years old. And he was somebody that I really admire, and I really wanted to interview him when he got off of probation, because he was actually a victim of the drug war. He was put on probation for growing a plant and could not smoke for 4 years. He was unable to smoke weed. And he suffered. The government ruined his life. They ruined his family's life. They turned everything upside down for him. And he passed on Friday from this accident. So I want to wish Joanne, Quinlan, and Amaris all the best, and all the love and all the prayers we can give them right now, because this is really a horrible, horrible thing. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
It's just man. So we're gonna add. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to add Jeremy to our list at the end of the show. Let me do our moment of silence. But I wanted to mention something now because it should be mentioned, I think. We just met him. We all just met him.
Yeah.
I only met him once.
How-
so
Right.
it was,
A
How
few
many
weeks
weeks ago was
A
that?
few weeks ago. Just a few weeks ago. We went
Yeah.
to Patterson, I guess it was.
Yeah. And he was working on the bike that day too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And he actually told Cleo some of the story, and I think it might be on film. We don't know. We're going to check, but we hope have some of it on film.
Yeah.
Telling his story about what he went through. I mean, he just went through hell with the government. They just ruined his life.
That's the game plan. That's the game plan and the casualty of the bullshit.
Fuck. I mean, jeez. We're fighting the drug war on Friday, by the way, William, at the secret party. I won't say where it is, but it's a secret location. Yeah. No.
No.
But we are
Not
fighting
them.
the drug war on
Anyway.
Friday.
Send me the detail information.
This shit's got to stop.
It's
out of control.
It's out of control when you're growing a plant and you have your life ruined for growing a plant.
It's like so many things you could have done, you know? And you die not getting to do them. And because you're on probation or something, you can't leave the state, you know? It's like, what the fuck could you have done, you know, if you weren't on probation?
Right.
Like,
Why they handcuff you and keep you stuck like Chuck?
Oh, this is why I wanted to read this here. This is from his mom. His mom is Pat Gagowski, and she's writing this about Jeremy Gagowski.
Wow.
This is why I want to do this now. There's a little poem here. From heaven he was delivered, as a baby unto you, when God said to me softly, I'm trusting you to do everything that's needed to nurture and to love. Here's your little angel sent from me above. You see, spirits cannot be held, hugged, or kissed. The body that was his vessel is what you'll surely miss. But his spirit that I shared with you on that one special day, that is what I promise to never take away. So he is back in heaven now. The earth was not his place. He taught you all he could about dignity and grace. So as you grieve and weep to see him once again, I promise he's waiting here when you get to heaven. And it has some really beautiful pictures of Jeremy and his family. Oh, man, so sad. So sorry, Joanne. Yeah. Looks like we have new people on the chat here. Rowan. Well, not Rowan. She's not new. Rowan, we know it's you, but we have some guy named Hustler. Okay. I always do PPP, but nobody ever answers me. I don't think they know what PPP is. When I do capital P, lower P, capital P. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you when you see PPP?
I see.
Really? Nobody knows?
I see a gear shifter.
Thank you. What did you know?
I see a gear shifter.
Okay, so you had no idea it was puff puff pass, right? No.
No, but I mean, like if I
It's
get
puff puff pass.
if I wanted to do some research, break it down, I figured it out in about a month and a half. But nonetheless, thank you very much for now. I know.
Next time I do PPP to you, what are you gonna do to me?
Send it back.
Send it right back. PPP, baby. PPP, all the way, because that's what I'm doing.
So it's uppercase, lowercase, uppercase.
Oh my God, it doesn't matter, William.
William,
Just 3 P's.
Do you smoke weed at
Do you
home?
gotta fucking...
Do you buy weed in Philly? I'm serious. Do you buy weed like any time when you're not with me, when you're not here?
No.
You can't afford it, probably.
That is true.
Can you get dime bags in Philly or no?
Probably. But do you know the people for the time back?
Could you get a dime bag in Philly on the street? Would you know where to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Would they sell it to you though?
Probably not.
Probably not. Right? They're like, this motherfucker, this white ass motherfucker.
Just show them the videos. Like, So
Yeah.
no, check it out. SativaCross.com and show them one of the videos.
Oh my God.
And they'll be like, all right, you're all right. Here, you can have this dime bag for nothing.
Pretty much, yeah.
I
That's
mean,
all you gotta do.
that sounds like a dream,
No, that's how it should be.
and it probably is.
Because we put ourselves out there, man. People should like buy us like drinks and shit, but they don't buy us drinks. Buy us weed.
Just donate to my bike fund.
Yeah, donate. Yeah, we're gonna have a bike fund and
Oh my
yeah,
God.
all kinds of funds going here today.
Fuck you.
Yeah, we need
That
funds.
was a joke.
No, seriously. Okay. Call of silence. Hello, call of silence.
Why is that?
No, I'm saying hello to call of silence. I'm saying hello to call of silence.
Hello.
Are your headphones loud enough, William?
Yes.
I got
they
them
are.
cranked, bro. You want them louder, bro?
No,
Really?
no, no.
All right.
They're fine. They're
Trying
fine.
to help me to help you.
Well, you know, I understand about one hand washing the other, and together we wash the face. I understand that.
Oh God, really?
Really.
Oh God.
Did I have to go there? Yeah. Do you know why I went there? Because I knew I could.
Suck. I'm such a fucking liar. Oh, it hurts. Oh, shit.
Hold up, I'm Charlie. Are you there?
You have to take me off speakerphone, Jesse. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm just pulling in my driveway. You're doing lunch.
Oh, perfect timing. See, timing is everything.
It's Jesse.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
We got Jessie Sanders on the line. She has a court date tomorrow.
Oh, hey, y'all. Hey, Mom, on the show. Y'all doing your show? What time? Damn, it's 7:45.
You're live on the air.
Well, I've been at the library, something that is a dying art, doing research.
For what?
To hand New Jersey their ass tomorrow.
Okay.
I am sick and tired of being a patient, and I'm sick and tired of being treated like shit because of a fellow public servant's ignorance.
Yeah.
Do you know I just got blessed with having a conversation with one of the top detectives for the Drug Enforcement Bureau of the state of New Jersey for like however many 30 years about marijuana, and he said if someone's terminal and they're dying, give it to them. And when I brought up PTSD, he had the audacity to say that veterans just need to learn how to fucking deal with it.
Wait a minute. He said veterans need to learn how to deal with it.
Were you
He
recording
said that he
this?
calls it a cop-out and that they need to fucking deal with it. I said, so you mean to tell me the stats that they're giving us are 22 motherfuckers killing themselves a day, and then it really being around 67 people if you look at the true reports, and then if you take the prescription over-prescribing and overdosing, and then the death from that, I said, so we're losing like 100 people a day, and you mean to tell me that they're just weak-minded and they can't deal with it?
Who is this
You
guy?
know I had church in that diner.
Who is this guy?
He's an older gentleman. It's like 67. Hey, Patty. So I'm just going to ask, hey, baby. Hold on a second. Hey, baby, you're live on the air with our week show, our mascot, Flower Pot McMarley. Hey, baby, hey.
Hey, are you still on speakerphone? Can you take me off speakerphone?
I'm not on speakerphone.
Okay, yeah, you just sound a little better. Okay, good. So what's going on tomorrow for court?
sorry.
Are we ready for court tomorrow? Are we going to kick some ass or what?
Yeah, I mean, if I don't kick ass, it's because this asshole doesn't believe in the law, because I now have a 44-page document that I printed out, which I have to go over. I've been going over stuff the last few days. What I gather about first of all, the charges that they gave me, you have to be doing something in a careless manner that causes the officer to have to basically get out of his jurisdiction and come stop you because you are being so reckless, because careless and reckless driving are now being thrown into the same pot. But in the state of New Jersey, there's still two separate charges so they can get more money out of you. But at the end of the day, that means that we would have had to have been in that car, then done something so atrocious that caused all those officers to come to us and all those officers to SWAT team our ass, and they would have to visually have seen something. And I want to ask the officer, what did you see that we did so wrongly? Because I had a 2-hour drive one way after we had to come to your police department to teach you the law, and we couldn't get anywhere until you got your sergeant there. And then finally he wants to act like he's jolly fucking ho with it, excuse my language. And then he wants to tell us so much to go out to the sign and take pictures. And then he wants to tell us to go, he's going to get every rookie in that building to go stick us on a 2-lane country road. I think not. I need to cap my gas tank off. I need to fill up, so if they want to do something illegal like they did, we have a little bit of witness going on.
We have camera footage of the whole thing. It shows the troopers lied.
And every which way in form.
I mean, you say first it was a seatbelt. How do you say first it was a seatbelt, and then you changed it to,
Then it was my GPS
yeah, then it was something
fuel
else.
instruction. And basically what I found out, which I need to get my purse since I'm on the air and tell you because of this detective, because I try to kill him with kindness because I want to hear the ignorance that's got to come out of his mouth. Well, he thinks you got to be terminally ill. And when I looked at him and I said, well, I'm terminally ill, and you would never look at me. He said, what's wrong with you? I said, that's the problem right there. I thought we had a Federal Americans with Disability Act that would have stopped the discrimination, such as you asking me what's wrong with me, for me to have to relive the event that caused me to be so. But I'll tell you. And I told him, I said, I was beat the hell out of by my first boyfriend, put in a coma, and now my scar tissue is eating my nervous system of what little bones I have left. The rest is titanium, causing tears to come out of my eyes at a bar where I'm just eating a waffle because I was hungry. And he looks at me and says, I'm really sorry about that. And I said, well, I hope if nothing else from this conversation, you realize that medical marijuana patients come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and forms. And that you shouldn't tell people ever that they should just deal with it because you don't know how they're suffering. You don't know why they're suffering. And who the hell are you to tell them to go to a chemically pharmaceuticalized medication to treat whatever the fuck they're suffering from? I said, you're just a human like I am. So why not let that human make their own decision, especially if it's a human that fought for our damn country?
That's right.
Pisses me the fuck off. My grandfather at 19 did land a landmine in World War II to blow his hands off. To come to a country without Americans with Federal Disability Act, to not be able to get a job, to be given a job lower than a janitor, just out of pity. To then, in the 80s, 1987, retire from that motherfucker to run the entire base. That's what kind of stock I come from. So for me to stand up in front of that judge and put my hand up and say, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and take a plea bargain to some shit I didn't do, I can't do it.
Jesse, you're from the South, right? What part of the South you from?
I am from Mississippi.
That's right.
I grew up though in Chicago. My dad was a Chicago police officer.
That's right.
I went through kindergarten until 7th grade into Chicago.
Did
he got killed in the line of duty when gang crimes was at its height.
Did you hear about the cop?
Cleaned up Chicago.
Did you hear about the cop that shot the deaf kid? The deaf kid gets out of his car and he was doing sign language, and the cop shot him.
And you know what I think? And I don't give a fuck who hears this. My name is Jessie Nicole Sanders. If you want my social, call me. I'll give it to you. I think that motherfucker should be hung by a fucking tree.
Pretty much.
Like a public hanging like they used to do back in the day. You can call me crazy, but isn't that how we used to handle pedophiles, rapists, murderers back in the day? We brought them to the center of the fucking town so everybody could see what they did so that they could be shamed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But instead, the sick people of New Jersey are the ones that have to be shamed, spend their fixed income to get to fucking Southampton Police Municipal 3 different times. And if I don't have the right to a speedy trial tomorrow, I'm going to ask for it to be removed. I'm going to ask for it to be removed on the fact that it's on private property and the owner didn't call, but he does have jurisdiction if he saw something. And if he didn't see anything, if he saw something, I want to know what it was. I've already requested the dash cam video. I've got no response.
We have video.
They thought I was going to take a plea and lay down and die. They got the wrong one, Lefty.
No, they sure do. Any excuse to smoke weed at a police station is good with me.
It's not even an excuse. It's our right.
Thank you.
I mean, by God, the amount of fucking money we had to pay to get this stupid piece of fucking plastic.
Ridiculous.
The amount of money right there alone. Now let's take it a step further. The reason you have this piece of plastic, we all suffer in different areas, different ways, mental, physical, and all that. Who the fuck are you to tell this any person, man, woman, black, white, yellow, or green, that they are not allowed to treat themselves holistically when they paid the state of New Jersey their high-priced wages for not equipped quality medicine? Who the fuck are you?
The problem is this is retaliation for the tour, and how do we prove that they retaliated? We need the...
I'm on straight up ass that son of a bitch.
Right. Who told you to do this? Who told you? Did you have orders to do this?
I'm going to go in there and I'm going to ask him, did you observe me doing anything wrong? I was told by a couple of attorneys, and I did get a few people that I was able. Everybody
Good.
told me I should get an attorney and plead it out. Every fucking attorney, every single
Of
one
course
of
they
them.
did.
Please, please, please,
Of course
please,
they did.
please, please, please. And then I had one attorney at the State House last Thursday that was with his best friend that took my card and had the balls to call me maybe after 19 Chardonnays, I don't know. But he called me at 10 o'clock at night, and he said he was so fucking proud of the fact that I didn't give a shit about the consequences, that I was standing up for what I knew was right, that he hasn't seen that in his entire law profession. This man is like 3 times as old as me. That's a disgrace for our country.
It's a shame when the police, they're supposed to protect us, and we're afraid of them.
Hell yeah, I'm afraid of them.
They're supposed to protect us. I shouldn't be afraid of these guys. They're there to protect me.
Whoa. Last time I checked, I wouldn't be having highlighters, going to the public library, trying to get all the information, calling attorneys, trying to prepare myself if I felt safe. If I felt like the judge was going to see it for what it is, I wouldn't have felt like I had to do any of this slap you in your face evidence. But instead, it's guilty until prove yourself innocent. And I learned that through my growing weed case. Being the proud first person in the state of New Jersey to grow marijuana, not be a snitch and get away with it because I'm a fucking patient.
That's right.
Because they got sick and tired of me. 4 judges, 5 prosecutors, 3 attorneys. They thought that they had won when they killed my second attorney. God rest William Buckman's soul, being one of the last Johnny Cochrans around. But the mafia got to him before the state of New Jersey could. So I had 3 attorneys, and I still won because I wouldn't take no for an answer. And if I would have had $15,000 more, I would have no record, and that's a damn shame.
Well,
Yeah, what do you got to say about that, Left?
well, I will be there tomorrow, man. That's for sure. I'm bringing.
Well, what's up with that? Is he still on the West Coast?
What's that on the way? Oh yeah. For now.
Okay, I didn't know if he had court or anything going on.
He's got court tomorrow morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he's got an attorney, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But I don't think, after I looked at the fines, guess what the state maximum fines for my charge is?
What's that?
It's $6 assessment fee, $200 state fee, $50 court fine, and max penalty, they could decide to put me in jail for 15 days. And I guess that's somebody with probably a bad driving record or something. But at most, that's still the same amount that he was charging if I would have taken a public defender. So if I would have got a public defender, I would have had to plea out anyway. And I would still have had to pay the state the $250 plus all my fine fees.
Right.
To where now, if I just lose, I'm just paying the public defender fee.
You see, listen. This is very interesting. What Ed Fortune is doing tomorrow is that he's not playing defense. He's a defendant, but he's not playing defense. He's playing offense. He's putting the whole system on trial. He's putting everyone else on trial. That's what you should do tomorrow too. Put the whole system
What
on
are you
trial.
talking about? Tell me. I don't know what you're talking
Put
about.
the whole system
About
on
education.
trial. The whole system where the police don't know the law, which you're doing already. The police are they're following the races. If you want to play the race card, I'm down with that too. The racist policies of Harry Anslinger. Bring up Harry Anslinger. I'm down with him.
I don't even need to bring Harry into this because right now I'm doing it on a patient-only purchase.
Right.
Because we went in there because they fucked with 2 of our patients.
Okay, so all right, so we're sticking with the medical aspect then.
Yes,
I'll
and the
mention.
fact that
Can I
this
mention it?
printout that I read.
All right. As a witness, can I do
No,
it as a
just-
witness? No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to call. If it gets that far, I hope to get it thrown out before we have to have a witness. But if it gets that far, I'm bringing my projector, my screen, you, and anybody else that shows up, and all the information I'm doing tonight. And, I mean, if he turns me down after this, then he's just, by God, going against me because he's got to owe somebody something. I don't know. Because he seems like a really good judge. I really liked what I saw. He wasn't one of these judges that was, just letting people plead. He would look at their charges and look at their record and say, hey, man, you might want to rethink this because this is your 3rd time getting caught up on this charge, and in the state of New Jersey it carries this. He actually seemed like a really good dude. So I feel like if I go in there prepared and I show the law for what it is, and he knows the cop might not even show up, and if he doesn't show up, he gets thrown out. But if he shows up, I want to show him, you need to know your education before you just listen to your superiors.
All right, Jesse. Well, I will definitely see you tomorrow morning. I'll be there. There
Love
like
you for that.
yeah, seriously. I'll be there 8:30 in the morning. So.
Dude, I'll be there with bells on and a projector and a screen and who knows what else. I should bring my service dog. It should have you whole flower pot.
All right, dear.
Lord of mercy, I love you guys so much. Thank you for the support. And you know what? I hope Ed's okay after tomorrow. Like, what is he doing, though? Like, what's going to happen tomorrow? He said he's putting them on trial. What does that mean?
He's got to be arraigned. I think his charges will be read to him tomorrow. He got all his affidavits. So, yeah.
Oh, so this is just his first go-round.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's a damn shame that I have to say it like that, because our court system is nothing but keeping you going around until you give up and get tired or lose money.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
I like the great words of a wise man I always know named Lefty. He said, "What the hell else you got to do, Jesse?"
That's right. You know what? Because you know what, Jesse? You got your card. You got your medical marijuana card. You could easily close your doors, lock your doors, close your shades, and watch the world go by and smoke your weed by yourself. But you're not. You're out there helping other patients, just like me and Cleo, and William, and Leo, and
Hell yeah, and
Jim.
trying to open people's eyes that stoners are not what you think they are.
yeah. So.
We're patients. We're not fucking stoners. And if you are a stoner, God fucking bless you, because you're probably helping the patients get the medicine evolved to where it needs to fucking be. Because we are too sick to fucking do it, or don't have the money to do it, because we're spending all our money on our medicine because it costs so much.
Damn right.
Don't get me preaching now.
We can't afford
I
it.
can't shut up when I start preaching.
It's sad because people can't afford it. They can't. Some people can't afford to eat, and they're supposed to afford $500
That's
an
me.
ounce. $500 an ounce for weed? Are you kidding me? No.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut, but you know what? The cannabis community takes care of the cannabis community. That's what I want to say, because you know why? We know that big pharma and big corporate whatever is what it is, and there's no financial, feasible, possible fucking way for anybody to feed themselves, pay their bills, and have any good quality of life with the price tag they're putting on our medicine.
Jesse, who's the name of your prosecutor?
Who's my prosecutor?
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know. It'd be on the court papers. I've never got his name. He's a fucking piece. He's a wormy dude. He's a wormy dude.
Who's the bigger douche, your prosecutor or Ed Fortune's prosecutor?
Both of them.
Wow. You hung up on her.
She actually had the right answer too. She did have the right answer. Both of them.
Wow.
All of the above. Sorry, Jesse. Yeah, you had the right answer. I hung up on you anyway. Sorry. Jesus. I fucked that joint up, so can you just roll another one, please? And just roll a fat one. I'm sorry. Just roll a fat one. But don't use that God's gift. Use the sour cookies or the fucking whatever.
Sour cookies? What the fuck is sour cookies?
You know what I mean. The dog
I
cookies.
don't know what the fuck
dog
you mean.
cookies.
What the fuck is sour cookies?
Dog cookies.
Is there another jar or some shit? Oh,
Yeah. There was one butt of, yeah, that's it. It's in
just
there.
fucking. Alright, whatever.
Whatever.
Oh my god, I'm so stoned. I need a nap or something.
It's nappy time.
So bad.
Okay.
So what's going on, Lefty?
What's going on with you, William?
I'm okay.
Who you calling?
I'm visualizing projects.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Pat Davinsky. You're on the air with Sativa Cross. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Oh, we're doing wonderful.
That's good.
How have you been listening to the show?
Not up till this point. I was too busy cleaning the kitchen.
Okay, well, you can listen. You know, you can actually put the radio on and listen while you clean things. You can actually do.
You know what? You know what, Lefty? I had to plug in my phone because it was going to die. So it was in the other room. And I was busy in the other room.
I just love. I love the. No, I just love the excuses people have for not listening. It's just great. I love it.
No, it's true. It's true.
It's a good one. That's a good one. I'll go with that. I can't fault you for that.
Honest.
I could have lied and said, yeah, I've been listening.
You could have said that, and we would never know.
Right, but I'm an honest person.
Well, we had Ed Fortune on. He has court tomorrow.
Okay.
He's being screwed by the system. We had Jessie Sanders. She has court tomorrow. She's being screwed by the system.
Unbelievable.
And it's just over and over and over again, people being screwed by this damn system. And I'm sick of this damn system. I've had it.
Well, unfortunately, people are too fragmented. They're too separate. If there was a unified front, you might be able to get something done. But
Good
the way
point.
it is now, they're just going to pick on the weakest links they can.
The low-hanging fruit.
Right. When you, unfortunately, every state and jurisdiction is different, and that makes it hard for people to get medicine or whatever, and makes it easy for police to harass you. So,
Right, like your open game.
Yeah.
right. You know, but you have to be unified. You have to take it, out of the state and go to Washington and call your senators and congressmen and write letters, and that's tedious, but that's what you need to do.
I like to
Make it
call.
all stop.
I called them up on the podcast. Like we called ex-governor Senator Dick Cody, and I tried to call his office on the air, and he didn't answer. Of course, gave us the runaround, and then we called Senator Cardinal, who voted no for vets to get PTSD. This guy's an 83-year-old dentist. Okay. This guy is older than the drug war, and he's voting no to give cannabis to vets. Really?
He's been hitting too much nitrate.
I mean, these people are making life and death decisions on people's lives, and he's 83 years old. I mean, when my grandma was 83, I didn't want her doing anything, making any decisions for me.
Some people can't drive after 80 in certain
I mean,
states.
come on, really?
See, unfortunately, a lot of these people that oppose it have an agenda. Really brief example. You know that I'm in Florida right now,
Right.
and Florida has a couple of dispensaries open for low-dose cannabis, okay?
What does that mean?
Which means it's like Haley's Hope or Charlotte's Web. I mean, you could smoke a pound of it, and you're not going to
CBD.
feel anything. Right, it's just high CBD.
Non-psychoactive.
Right, and in reality, it's meaningless because the people that they want to help, like kids with epilepsy and stuff, the research shows that exactly what you need, and that product alone is not good. So, in Florida now, they're voting in November to allow diseases because they're just as restrictive as New Jersey, and to increase the THC, all right, to cover other diseases. And there's this one guy, his name is Mel, old guy, he's in his 80s also, and he's dumping millions of dollars into keeping it illegal. And I did my research on this guy.
I saw that. Who does he work for?
He owns rehab.
That's right. Was it rehabs and isn't it?
Right.
And Publix too, or something is.
Well, Publix donated
Publix is
$800,000, I
against
think.
it.
That's right. Right. Okay.
Right.
So
But you have to look and see what her stock portfolio looks like. If she's heavily vested in pharmaceuticals,
she is.
of course she doesn't want it.
She is.
Of course. So that's why she's going to dump as much money as she can to prohibit, the passing of the law, which in Florida it's going to pass because the people want it. But, you have to really look at it. And when you debate these people, you have to have the evidence on hand. If I was ever in a room with this guy Mel, I would, and the powers that be, I would pretty much tell him, I know why you're doing it, because I worked in a rehab for many years, and the reason why you don't want marijuana legalized has nothing to do with the fact that you're putting more drugs on the street, and the same old bullshit argument. the reason is that more and more people will stop using opiates, and your business is going to decline. And they don't want to lose the money. So you really have to look behind the scenes and see what the real driving force is. Either they're incredibly stupid, which they're not, or there's an agenda. There's something else behind it.
Burnt the carpet.
So do your research on these people, Lefty, before you confront them.
Yes.
And then you hit them with that and ask for answers. That's what I would do. But
I'm seeing a lot of ignorant police here in New Jersey still.
well, all over the country. I mean, where I am right now, in this county in Florida, the sheriff is dead against it and is doing everything he can to harass people and keep them from passing it in November.
Yeah,
Judge Grady, is it? I think it's Grady.
Yeah, the police chiefs in New Jersey are doing that too. They're still against it. They're against legalization.
Well, because they're afraid they're going to lose money.
Yeah.
And, we talked about this the last time we spoke about Canaprin. Unfortunately, it's never going to go through unless everybody gets a piece of the action.
That's pretty
You have
much
to
it.
throw them a bone.
What's kind of print?
Well, the Cataprint is where they can actually, it satisfies 3 levels. Patients will have access to Cataprint. So if all the dispensaries are regulated to Cataprint their product, okay, and let's say you have MS, and you go to the dispensary and you buy a particular strain of cannabis, and it works really, really well for you. If that product is Canaprinted, when you go back to the dispensary, you can match that Canaprint up to what they have. Because just going back and buying the same product doesn't mean it's going to have the same effect, because each grow is going to produce something different in the levels of cannabinoids and THC and acids and terpenes and flavonoids and all that good stuff that makes whole plant work. With every grow, it's going to be different. So Canaprint will help the patient. So patients can actually go onto the Canaprint site after the products are Canaprint and look at what works for them and match it up against what dispensaries have, and if they can find what works for them in Canaprint. And it also helps us to make medicine that works for these people consistently, that it's the same each time it's produced. That's one of the problems we have now, like with cancer patients. Some it helps, some it helps a little bit, and then it comes back, and that's because the medicine is not consistent. Because people really have to just do it on their own.
Pretty much, yeah.
So Canaprint helps that. It helps the regulators because they can actually see what's being grown, what's in the plants. They can track it. And then on the part that's not so popular with people, helps law enforcement with diversion. Because their big fry being grown for medicinal purposes can be diverted out the back door and sold on the black market.
Not in New Jersey.
Well, I'm just saying. Lefty, do you honestly think none of it leaves the back door?
At that price? No. Not at $530.
No. Not at that price. It's not. The people who are growing it, okay?
Yeah, if you're probably banging one of the growers, yeah, he's probably bringing some home to his girlfriend for free. Sure.
It's not even that.
Yeah.
If they have an overage, or they grow a plant that not a lot of people are buying, or it's not up to snuff for medical.
Yeah.
That stuff is leaving and it's going out on the street. So with law enforcement, what they can do is if they see large quantities coming into a particular area, okay, onto the black market, if they get it, a sample of it, send it into the lab. If it's been in cannabis because it was grown in a dispensary, it could be tracked right back to the grower of where it came from. So I know that's not popular, but unfortunately, it's never going to be totally legalized unless they get their piece of the action. They need a bone. Somebody's got to throw them a bone, or they're going to oppose it, and they're going to go after people for everything they can because they're losing money. It's all about money, power, greed. You know that.
That's it.
But for us, we really want to get cannabis out there more so for creating medicine, because this is going to give us a very large database of what strains and what's working on what diseases, and then we can formulate medications with those components in it to help these people organically. And they're also holding off right now, Lefty, of doing anything because they want to give the pharmaceutical companies time to start to synthesize it.
Right.
And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they are too, ain't they?
Absolutely. So unless all of us get our crap together and really form a very strong coalition and get out there with the people and get signatures and take it to your senators and take it to your congressmen, that's what you need to do. That's, that's the only way to do it.
Well, thank you,
Just,
Patty. You're right. You're absolutely right. And I want to thank Canaprint, and I want to thank you for the CBD pens that are coming out. We're going to have those very soon from Florida.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
From Blue Planet Biotech.
Right.
Awesome company.
And the pens are great.
Yeah, I can't wait. When's
And
mine coming? I want my pen.
It should be there. I just got them in. Tomorrow I have some to mail out to a few people that are looking at them, and I'll get yours out. Did you get my other package?
I sure did. They're wonderful.
We have lots and lots of them.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
That's why I told you, call me, Lefty.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So, and the good thing with our CBD vape pens, the cartridges are refillable, but the products within them is totally organic, and it's all whole plant, and it's not made from crystal.
Right.
It's made in the United States.
And that's important. That is important.
Right. And we have labs on it, and it has legal limits of THC in it. It's under 0.3, and it has all the terpenoids and flavonoids in it. So even for kids, believe it or not, it's great. It's seizures and stuff like that. It works really well. So you'll get yours soon.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Patty.
Yeah, as I said,
thank you, dear, from Blue Planet Biotech.
you're very welcome anytime. And when you're off the air and you have a free moment, give us a holler.
I sure will.
Okay?
All right, dear.
All right, you take care, Lefty.
You too.
See ya. Bye-bye.
See ya. See ya. You gotta practice that with me. See ya. See ya.
Practice what?
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
See, that's good. I like that.
It's unoriginal.
See ya. See ya. See ya. See ya.
Okay.
Get it for the radio show.
Get a what?
Nothing.
I didn't hear that. Okay. Okay, Patty. That was good. Blue Planet Biotech. I love that company. I love it. They send me good stuff in the mail.
So she would also be knowledgeable on the CBD THC ratio.
Either her or her doctor friends over in Colorado would, yes. Yes, indeed, William.
Maybe we could reach out to her and see if she'd be interested in adding a page. Lefty. Who you calling?
Surprise.
Who?
Sue Price.
Thank you.
Her name, surprise. 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 Bastard.
Thanks for calling. I'm out having a great time. If you've called to enhance my day, please leave a message. Otherwise, you have the wrong number. Namaste.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Oh, you think you're slick, Rowan. I see how you play this game, Rowan. All right. All right. Okay, touche. She knew we were going to call her tonight, and she's playing her little games with us. She filled up her messages. She's a smart cookie.
Is it? Do you really believe that?
She's a smart cookie. All right,
Yeah?
Rowan. All right, Rowan. All
You
right.
think she fabricated
You
that?
want to play games?
Uh-oh.
All right.
Uh-oh. That looks like he's in Atari mode.
Are you going to cough in that mic all night long? Really? 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 I won't say nothing, but if you're going to do it all night, yeah, I'm going to say something.
Yeah, but you know what?
No, I don't know nothing except you're coughing in the mic and it's driving me fucking crazy.
That's bullshit,
Jesus.
man. Dude,
Oh.
I'm about a foot away from the mic.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye.
Okay. Okay. That's not good. All right. It says here that he will take my call, and he's not taking my call. So I will say to him, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone, dude. Or call me. Or call me. 908 6 2. Okay. Give me a call, Scotty. Scotty is suing the Sparta Police Department. I think that's just the best thing that can happen right now because they've been screwing with him, disrespecting him as a patient, treating him like a piece of crap. The court clerk, when he went in there to go get his stuff back, the court clerk actually tried to get a restraining order or something against him from coming into the courthouse because they don't like gay people, apparently. Yeah. Yeah. They showed their colors. They don't like gay people in Sparta. Because Scott, they don't like the cut of his jib, apparently, because he's gay. And that's fucked up.
Pretty much.
Yeah. They don't like that he's asserting his rights as a patient, and they don't like that. So they're trying to use, everything they can against him, from keeping him from asserting his rights. They don't like the fact that we went there with cameras. They don't like the fact that we went there and did a video and then subpoenaed the body cam of the cop to put in my video for a promo. They don't like that. They didn't like that. You saw that, right?
Did that happen for real?
You saw that, right? Yes, we subpoenaed the body cam footage, and I said, into the body cam, sativacross.com.
Good job. That was a nice job.
That's the future. That's our future. Let them pay for our camera footage from now on. All we got to do is subpoena it. Or sign for it.
Yeah, but even with that, like that process, How much time is that?
Not much. 4 days, 5 days.
Turnover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was quick. Scotty did it, and Scotty had it turned over like that. It was great.
Wow.
Scotty gets shit done. I like him.
That's been positive and productive. I like it too.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Shit.
I saw his story in the paper. I didn't know who he was.
Right.
And somehow I looked him up on Facebook, and I friended him. And I told him I saw your story. I said, I want to cover your story. I want to talk to you. So I met him at the dispensary. And we talked. And we just hooked up from then. From there on in, we started activating together, man. Just like how I met everybody else, like Wayne and then you guys and just everybody. Karen, Carol. Actually, I met Carol the same way. She got busted. I saw her story. Looked her up on Facebook. Contacted her. Went to her house. She thought I was a fucking cop. I went inside, smoked some weed with her. We talked about her case. And now we're like best friends now. It's like, fucking, what the fuck? It's crazy, man. It's crazy how this shit happens. When you're victimized by the police and you have similar victimization stories with other people, it's like, wow, you want to bind together and help each other. You want to connect and defeat these people that are doing this shit to us. That's fucking wrong. And it's time for us to fucking fight back.
Well, we are.
And I love it.
We are the best of our ability.
Well, I love it. And we're sick people, too. We're all fucked up, bro. Dude, you think I'm healthy? I am not healthy, dude.
Dude, I was just telling you earlier.
I am a mess.
I was just telling you even before the show.
Dude, I'm in pain.
I'm not winding up. I'm winding down.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
I'm still fighting, though. I'm going down fighting.
Well.
I'm going down swinging. Fuck these motherfuckers.
That's
Carol said that. I didn't say this for a while, but Carol says it. And she goes, fuck these motherfuckers. And you know what? She's right. Fuck these motherfuckers. They ruin people's lives. They break up families. I saw it the other day when I went to the fucking place, and I said, we're going to do a podcast from here. From the drug war front line, we're going to do a podcast right from the front line where cops are harassing black people. We're going to do a podcast right there. And we're going to smoke weed right there we're allowed to and see what the hell happens.
White privilege?
Probably. I'm invoking it. Whatever I can, I'm going to invoke it. And I'm going to smoke all the weed I can. I'm going to go to the dispensary, buy a big bag of weed so I can have legal weed to smoke. You're invited, but you can't smoke. You're invited.
Oh, thank you very much.
But you cannot take a single hit. I will not allow you because you'll be on camera the whole time.
I understand.
Okay. Just saying. Because the cops are going to come in.
Well,
I'm just saying. They're going to come in.
Well, I'm sure it won't be the first time that I've been monitored, so...
I'm just saying. But we will have the law on our side.
So am I.
We'll have cameras on our side. The only thing they can do is plant stuff on us, and we have prepared for all that. So anybody planting stuff on us, that would be very bad for them because they have no idea it's not going to be good. It's crazy how we have to worry about the police planting stuff on us. These are people that are supposed to protect us, and we're worried about them like hurting us and ruining our life. We have to worry about this.
And if they can, fumble through your records and stumble upon some information that they think they can utilize and use against you,
of course they will.
They do. So you're battling yesterday to try to take care of tomorrow, and some of it just you end up playing ping fucking pong for a couple of days.
The problem with me is I'm not your average activist. I don't have a lengthy criminal record like you. Just saying.
I understand. I'm just saying.
Most of you guys do.
I mean, no. Well,
I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
I shared that information.
You probably can't get a card because of your conviction.
I shared that information. I can't even get a gun, man.
You can't get a gun. There's a lot of things you can't get. Can you vote?
Oh, yeah.
You can vote now. Okay, that's good. I mean, you lose your rights. You lose all your fucking rights. Bullshit.
I mean, to be honest, I don't see anybody worthwhile out of all the parties. Be honest.
Huh?
You know what I mean? I'm looking at Garrett Johnson personally. From the political standpoint, so that's enough of that for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Who is this person? Thanks for adding me. Did I add you? Really? I don't know who this person is.
Whom did you add?
Nancy? Okay. Dude, I have like 3,000 friends now and growing. People have been friending me a lot lately.
Okay.
And sometimes I take their friend request, but sometimes they're from Indonesia, and I don't take those Indonesian ones.
Well, you should at least invite them to the show.
Am I a racist for not taking Indonesian friends?
Well,
does that make me a racist? I mean, I'm kind of discriminating against a whole country.
Well, here's what I'm looking.
I do.
I'm thinking you're being selective.
There's some countries I won't be friends with.
And if you can live with that,
there's a few countries I won't go near.
Well,
Pakistan.
Why not Indonesia?
It seems like a lot of friend requests from Indonesia, and it's like there's a picture of a girl, but it says he wants to be your friend, and then there's a lot of misspellings, and it's just like no, I'm just no. I'm not into. First of all, I'm not into like they show a picture of a young girl. What are they looking for? What the hell? Why would you put a picture of a young girl and try to friend a 40, 50-year-old man? Really? What is that all about? Fishing? Money? What? Come on.
Well, they know they can't live without it.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
You know, so if you can't live without it, or that's the way of life that you need right now in order for you to live, I don't know. So, anyway, that's just my thought. My thought. So, what do you think about that, Lefty?
Well, what I think about is catching bad cops doing bad things. I saw the cops pull these 4 kids out of the car. The one cop says to the other, I saw him throw something out the window. Now, I saw that car. The windows were closed. There was nothing thrown out the window. They were so full of it. And they pulled these kids out of the car, searching the car. And if you saw the video, you saw me saying all this crazy stuff, to the cops. It wasn't crazy. It was just, it was
you
just
were
like,
asking questions?
Well, yeah. I was like, fighting a racist drug war, a whole thing about Harry Anslinger. The one cop didn't like it. The one cop who was like Asian, he looked Filipino, which is ironic because Harry Anslinger talked a lot of shit about Filipinos. And here this Filipino cop is coming up to me, and I'm like, I'm giving ground. You're taking ground. I'm giving ground. You're taking ground. And he kept coming up to me. And if I would have stopped giving ground, he would have bumped into me, and that would have been assault right there, right?
Yes.
So you have to give ground.
Whether you sideswipe or he sideswipes.
Right. So you have to give ground, but that's why I say I'm giving ground. But he's taking ground as I'm giving ground. So what do you do?
You're taking what I'm giving.
Right. So I'm trying to get away, and you're taking that ground back.
You're denying me advancement.
Right. So I'm trying to retreat, and you're denying me the retreat that I'm trying to get, which is what you're asking for. So what do I do at that point? I'm not looking to assault a cop, so I want...
No, what you do at that point is you do the best you can with what you got to work with and just try to move forward.
Fetal position on the ground?
Nah.
Fetal position on the ground?
Nah.
No, what?
Straight up, straight on.
Just keep backing up. Keep backing up. What if I fall?
You won't fall.
What if I hurt my back?
You won't hurt your back.
What if I hit my head? These guys are supposed to protect me, and they're putting me in danger, in peril. Then, why were you making me back up? Okay, I'm backing up. Why do you need to continue to back me up? Why?
Because they feel they can.
He didn't like my shirt. My shirt said, "Don't shoot, I'm white," and he didn't like that.
Well, you knew that hit a nerve.
Maybe. Why? It should have. It shouldn't have.
Why shouldn't have? When he reacted the way he reacted after he saw your shirt. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Well, he didn't like I was filming the cop. I'm like, look at this. He's going through his stuff. I had the camera out. He's going through his stuff. And that's when he told me to back off.
And he's filming.
He's filming me going through his stuff. My butt hurt.
He's filming the moment in the police station with...
It was on the street.
I'm sorry.
And if I had weed to smoke, I would have smoked it.
Don't shoot, white.
Yes.
Sativa Cross.
The problem with this town is that I know a lot of black people that got pulled over for driving while black in this town. Just driving while black. No other reason. It's not just one or two people, a bunch of people. So you get driving while black or driving while hippie in this town. But we're going to have some fun this weekend. Oh, yeah. You know how to work a camera? You can work a camera, can't you?
Probably for a little bit.
All right. Well, you can do the podcast. I want you to do play-by-play. Can you do play-by-play?
Probably not.
Yeah, well, you're going to learn. You're going to have to.
Well,
Because if I'm out there and the cops are beating the shit out of me,
you're kidding.
You need-
when was this?
if the cops are beating the shit out of me, I need you to do play.
Oh, this is a projected thought.
I need you to do play-by-play on what's happening to me. That's what I need. Can you do that?
I could. I'll try to give it a whirl.
Just describe what's happening.
I-
Here, this is me on the ground. Wait, here. No, here. We'll do it.
We're doing reenactment.
We'll do a reenactment right now. I want you to practice
hold on.
your skills. Hang on. Ow. My back hurts. Now start talking now.
What am I supposed to be doing?
Hang on. Describe what I'm doing.
Like you walk around the bunker? Now you're getting tickle me, Elmo?
We'll do it with Elmo.
So now he wants to implement and add Elmo to the show. Say hello to Elmo. Hello, Elmo. I see you still wearing sunglasses. Your future's so bright, huh? Yeah, I guess it probably is. But anyway, now he's at the computer looking up information, talking about I'm doing producer stuff. I can't be doing this show, the producer stuff. I can't be doing. But he does the best he can with what he has to work with, don't you think? Lefty, what do you think about that in your behalf?
Hang on.
Uh-oh. Transmission, we have technical difficulty.
Okay, there we go. Got it back.
All right, now Lefty's going to bring us up to date what's going on. What's
Okay,
going on,
Elmo.
Lefty?
Elmo, show me on the dial where the police beat you. Where's my headphones? William.
What's
So
that?
if I'm standing here and the cops are... Okay. If I'm on the ground, all right. So I'm giving ground. Say I'm the cop. I'm giving ground. I'm taking ground. I'm giving ground. Okay, Lefty. Come here, Lefty, you piece of shit. Pothead. Bam. Fuck Kuma. Bam. Bam. What's happening, William?
You're being beat up by the police.
What's the cop doing to me?
Beating you up.
What's he doing?
Smacking you in the face.
Now what's he doing?
Now he's punching you in your leg.
No. Where?
Oh, he's punching you in the stomach.
No. Lower.
Oh, my God, get out of here, yeah?
Come on. What's he doing?
Punching you in your package?
Yes. Keep now. You're doing good. Keep going.
You think? Oh,
Yeah.
my God, look what he's doing to him. Holy shit. He's trying to stick his hand up his ass of the doll. This is a doll, folks, and it's Tickle Me Elmo.
That's exactly what the police will be doing to me. So make sure you got that down. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You got that? And then a couple of times like this.
Do you really think they go that? That's pretty friggin' extreme, brother.
And then what happens is they handcuff me. This is what happened. I was handcuffed, right? And then they kick me in the chest. They kick me like this.
Who was that?
I'll crush you. They kick me in the chest like this. What's happening? Well, here, describe this.
He's beating him with his shoe. Look at him. Oh my God.
So that's what Al Crush You did to me. So when you name your kid Al Crush You, you're either going to be a pro wrestler or somebody who kicks the shit out of people when they're handcuffed. So, yeah, Al Crush You.
So he does dirty moves.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Yeah, that doesn't sound nice.
So yeah, that's the pretty much how I want you to do the radio show on this weekend. Can you do that?
I don't know. Like
You could
I
do
said,
that. You could do that. Just describe what you see out there. That's all you have to do is describe it, and we'll be good.
All right. The
Okay.
the reaction time might be a little delayed.
All right. Hey, if you get arrested and they're beating the shit out of you, trust me, I'll be doing a play-by-play,
Okay.
and we'll have Ed Fortune to do a color commentary. You get it? Color commentary. You get it? You get it? You get it?
Wow.
You get it?
Wow. Are you serious? Oh man, that's like borderline.
He's on a plane. He can't hear us now anyway.
But
He's in airplane mode.
Yeah, but
He can't hear shit.
Yeah, but you know what? Those who are
I
those who
know.
may be listening might know the snitch.
I know who the snitch is.
You know what I mean?
I know who he is.
And the snitch probably knows that.
You know
The
what's
snitch
funny?
probably has a list of, like a little check-off list of who might know.
Dude, you have no idea the people that help the movement. There are people that we just get information from that are like, yo, Lefty or Weed Man, we support what you're doing. Here's a little bit of information for you about this, or here's something you don't know. And we get stuff that people don't know, and we know who this fucking guy is. Trust me, we know who he is. From inside, we know, and yeah, we just can't say nothing. But it'll come out.
And I know too, right?
It'll come out.
I've met him.
Yeah, a lot of people have met him.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it is. It's a real shame. It's a shame what the drug war does to people. That's what the shame is. See, this wouldn't have happened if we didn't have this Harry Anslinger-esque drug war still raging 80 years later, 70 years later. I mean, come on, man. Enough's enough.
Yeah, we just had his 124th birthday, I think.
Whose birthday? Harry's?
Yeah, 520.
Why are you keeping track of his birthday?
520 in Washington, D.C.
Oh, you want to go shit on his
That was an
Great.
event that took place.
shitting on his grave?
No. Well, that event took place.
Is that a
too,
thing
also.
now? That's a thing?
I don't know.
I think it's a thing now.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it's a thing now. People go to his grave and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Like a dog, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just popular. Like Pokemon, they have a Pokemon thing there, and they just shit there.
I mean, that sounds like that might work.
It's a shit monster that they all have to catch, and you have to shit there, and then you catch this monster, like Harry Anslinger's grave. Seriously, go to Harry Anslinger's grave. There's a shit monster there. Pokemon players,
I love
if you play Pokemon and you're in Pennsylvania right now, go there. There's a shit monster there, and if you take a shit on Harry Anslinger's grave, you'll win like this huge monster, and it's just a great thing. It's wonderful. You'll be happy. Show your friends. What's so funny? It's true. I hate that game, but it's true.
Oh, shit.
You ever see those kids playing that fucking game? It's like, dude, get a life. Dude, your girlfriends are cheating on you right now. Dude, go home. All your girlfriends are out banging other guys because you're sitting there with that fucking game. Come on, man.
The gun with the suction cups.
What?
The suction cup dart that you used to put in like a gun, hit the trigger, and the dart would
When we were kids, that was fun.
travel maybe 15 feet.
That's when we were kids. That was the cool shit to do when we were kids. They don't have that anymore. They're on computers, man. They're walking around with computers.
Or walking around looking at their hand.
With what? With the patent number on it?
No, with the phone in their hand.
No, the patent number.
Oh, what about the patent number?
People had that written on their fucking hand
I know they did.
all week long. Why?
Come on, are you serious?
Why, William? Why?
It's in reference to medical value.
What do you mean?
That the DEA says there's no medical value, so we're not going to reschedule. We're not going to move the classification of cannabis/marijuana.
They can't be that dumb. The DEA can't be that dumb, William. Please. Don't insult my intelligence.
I'm not even going to try and insult your intelligence. What I'm going to tell you is the fucking news. That's the fucking news, brother. And you don't want to accept that. That's not my fault.
I don't accept that.
That's not my fault that you don't want to accept that.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
I don't accept that.
Open your mind.
God grant me the serenity. You know the rest.
Okay.
I'm changing shit. So
now
are you.
what?
We are changing shit. And I love it. I love it, man. Wait till Friday, bro. Wait till this weekend. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah, but we still need to make some progress on the project. You know. I mean, we're gonna be going into September in a couple of weeks, and then a couple of weeks after that, we're gonna be going into October. I would like to have this project done before all that, if possible. Who are we calling?
Sue Price.
Hello?
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 Hello. How are you?
Ed.
You're on the air.
Edward Grimes.
No.
That's what my phone said. Lefty!
This is your old pal, Lefty.
I know who it is.
How are you?
So I got kicked out. I got kicked out of the courtroom.
You got kicked out?
Yep.
For your cannabis shirt?
Yep.
No.
No, listen, I don't know why they kicked me out, but listen, the judge didn't like me as soon as I walked in there. I guess I stood out. I don't know.
Stereotyping.
Plus, I couldn't sit down because my toes were numb, so I knew that my back was really swollen.
Oh,
And I was standing in the back of the courtroom, and the cop came over and he said, you have to sit down. And I told him, I said, listen, I have spinal issues. I can't. And he goes, all right, no problem. So he went over by the judge. He was standing there, and the judge is, doing his thing with a few other people. And I was directly in his line of vision. Like, I was all the way in the back, but I'm tall, And he kept looking at me like he was getting nervous. Do I make people nervous? Good Lord.
What shirt were you
He was
wearing?
getting nervous. It says cannabis is medicine and has a big pot leaf on it.
On the front.
It says legalized, yes.
Oh, my.
And I had my hair up and I had, like a do-rag on my head.
Yo.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Real rabble-rouser, you.
Oh, man.
Listen. So what? It doesn't matter if I walk in there naked. I'm still a person. Like, what the fuck,
No,
man?
I hear you, but that's all I mentioned earlier was the stereotyping. And that's exactly where the judge went, right? Did the judge not stereotype? That's all I was. All I was saying.
The judge asked me if there was a reason why I can't sit down, and I said yes, there is. And he looked at me. He didn't ask me any other question. You don't give information. Like, I'm answering your question. He goes, okay, what's the reason? And I said, I don't feel comfortable speaking in front of the whole courtroom. I was in the back of the courtroom, like, yelling. So the cop came over, and he goes, you got to leave. You're making the judge nervous. And I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. I said, listen, I have spinal issues. I'm here. I already canceled the last time. I wasn't going to cancel again. Let's do this. So he goes, I'll get you in quick. And I'm like, okay,
Right.
So I go to the prosecutor. The prosecutor's in the courtroom making deals with people. I've never seen that. I've always seen where you went on outside, but you're inside. So that makes me nervous because you're on record. So he goes, I go up to the prosecutor. He goes, you have a speeding ticket. It was over, 25 miles over the speed limit, or whatever. And he goes, you have a clean record. You're eligible for this deal where there's no points and there's a fine. It's like, I don't know. I don't remember exactly. It was like a careless operating a motor vehicle or something. It was like a really weird thing. And I said, okay. He goes, here. He goes, sign here. And he gave me the paper, and I'm like, wait a minute, what am I signing? He goes, the deal we just spoke about. I said, but what does it entail? What's the fine? He goes, there's no points. I'm like, I don't care about points. What's the fine? He goes, oh, well, it could be $50 to $100. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then I'm going to sign it, and then he goes, oh, I forgot to tell you, there's like a surcharge between $250 and $500 a year for 4 years. I'm like, I ain't signing this. And then if you get pulled over between that, then you're guilty of the original ticket plus all the fines. I'm like, no, that ain't happening. He goes, you'd rather go to trial? I said, absolutely. And he was like, okay. So then they kicked me out again, and they're like, we'll call you. The judge calls me. He goes, I hear you're pleading not guilty to speeding. I said, yes. He goes, okay, you have the right to remain silent. Blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you have a right to an attorney. You have a right to a trial and this and that. He goes, just for, I don't know if he said, just to appease me, I think he said, what's your defense? And I said, sir, is this my trial? He goes, no. I said, then I'm invoking my right to remain silent. And he was like, excuse me? And I just looked at him like, what the fuck? I'm not going to tell you my defense. This ain't no trial, so you don't need to know. I'm like, over a speeding ticket, like, what the hell? It's like they made it so big out of nothing, But I told him, I said, well, can I get a public attorney? He goes, you can't have a public defender for a motor vehicle violation. I said, you just told me I had a right to an attorney. He goes, you do if you pay for one. I said, well, I'm disabled. I can't pay for one. He goes, well, then you can't have one. I said, well, then that kind of it defeats what you just said. You just said I had a right to an attorney, but you only have a right to an attorney if you could afford one. So they were like, everybody was, I hear snickers and everybody, like got a kick out of it, but I was fucking furious,
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever.
And you're right.
And then I told him, I said, you know what? That's fine. If you rather take this to trial, that's fine. And then he goes, okay, we'll schedule it for 20 days. I said, oh, sir, by the way, I'm having spinal surgery again. I'm going to be out for 3 months, so just to put that on record. And he goes, well, we'll try for 40 days, and we'll go from there. I'm like, whatever. And I was left. I'm like, this is absolutely insane. And do you know, before I went in the courtroom, some random dude came up to me and told me I should go in my car if I have clothes and change my shirt. I was like, what? I said, I'm a medical marijuana patient. Why would I want to go change my shirt? I'm not ashamed.
Yeah, really.
That's freaking crazy. And I'm looking at the dude. I'm like, get away from me. Who the fuck are you anyway? Like, why are random people talking to me? Just get away from me. I'm not in the mood today. Like, oh, this judge is an asshole. You better go change your shirt. I'm like, why? It's just cannabis is medicine. That's the truth. What the fuck, man? Crazy shit. So now I'm gonna keep postponing it. Let them pay for money. Let the cop come. I don't give a shit. I got to make sure his thing was calibrated that morning. I was reading up on what to look for. I mean, there's a lot of circumstances going through this. I mean, I was speeding, but I was with traffic, and there was some dude in a truck up my ass. So for my own safety, I went into the right lane and then passed somebody who went to the left lane because the guy in the passing lane didn't want to move out of the lane. So I had to pass on the right. Not my fault. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I'll take it. I'll let him fucking pay for the cop to come. I don't give a shit. He was a dickhead also, so there was no reason to single me out right away because of the way I look. Obviously, it was the way I looked made him nervous. Why?
They saw you in the
I
videos.
don't look like a hoodlum.
They saw your videos.
What? Do I look like a hoodlum or something?
In the
Like,
videos,
what the fuck?
yeah, in the videos you kind of do.
Maybe he had a flashback.
Plus,
Maybe
'cause
he
I don't-
had a flashback.
Yeah.
An association.
You triggered him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like a long lost girlfriend of his, and you triggered him.
Then I should have told him about the PTSD bill going to be signed in. Maybe he needs to look into it.
Yeah.
Actually, I spoke to a veteran from the Korean War. He was in the wheelchair and everything, and I was telling him about it. I gave his son all information there. He was like putting it in his phone and everything,
Nice.
So to me, that's a plus, Like all the other bullshit. Hey, maybe I just helped somebody, get some cannabis for their PTSD. Who knows, But anyway, and they think I have mumps.
Oh my God, that's
Who
right.
the fuck-
How did you get
who
mumps?
gets mumps?
Yeah, my God.
I don't know. I was exposed to it.
Oh no.
I was vaccinated as a child, but they said as an adult you could still get it.
Now, Wayne on his head has lumps. Is there any way you got mumps from Wayne's head, from his lumps? No,
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, his head hasn't been near me in a while, so I haven't seen Wayne in so long. I forgot what he looks like.
Well, I'll see you on Friday, hopefully, right?
Yes.
I'll see you Thursday, but I'll see
I'm
you Friday.
coming.
Yeah, Friday night is going to be insane.
For some reason, I thought it was next month.
No, it's Friday night. We're moving it up. We're going to do this Friday night. All the patients will be there.
So
Yeah.
So it was a different date, though, right?
I changed the date. I moved it up because people want to do it earlier and people want to get involved.
Oh.
And let's do this. Let's
Because
do it.
Friday, I was supposed to have actually had a show that I was going to go to over here in Trenton, but I've been to one of this chick shows before, so it's okay, And then Dan that's his jamming night, but I'm like, you got to do something about that because I got to do this I&E tour with Lefty, man. He's like, you're fucking driving me insane.
Oh, this will be a good
Then I
one.
was telling him what we're gonna do, and he's like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm not answering the phone with bail money." I'm like, "Come on, you wouldn't bail me out."
That's what Denise said, but that's okay. That's okay.
What the fuck, man?
Let them. We'll
That's
sue
all right.
their
We
balls
take care of
off.
each other.
Yeah, they can't. They can't lock us up. They can't even stop us from medicating. They can, if we're smoking a joint, and the cops say to us, "Put that out," they can't. It's like
Yeah.
it's like if you're using insulin and the cop says stop using your insulin or stop taking your chemotherapy.
Well, that's the thing.
They can't stop
I know,
you.
and it's disgusting. When the cop told me to put my cell phone away, I opened my bag and it reeked of weed. It wasn't in my jar. I had the jar with me, but the jar's so big it doesn't fit in my bag. But all you smelled was weed, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, say something, say something. I will whip my bong out right now.
Say it, motherfucker.
But it was a
Don't
breathe easy
push
zone. I couldn't smoke there.
Breathe easy.
No cigarettes,
yeah,
nothing.
breathe easy sucks.
Otherwise, I would have medicated. I needed to medicate right outside because
Yeah.
they made my stress level go up 1,000,000 times.
They do. That's
I
their
felt
job.
singled out.
That's their job. Their job is not to protect you; it's to stress you.
Yeah, the judge, as soon as he saw me, man, like, what do I look like? Do I look that bad?
Well, the Middlesex, you didn't look good in the Middlesex video. You did kind of run me and Wayne around and give us swamp ass. So yeah, you didn't look good. So the judge was probably afraid you were going to give him swamp ass, like you did to me and Wayne.
You have swamp ass too. You're finally divulging that information. I know Wayne always has swamp ass, but
Wow.
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 I think Wayne's just a swampy ass. Where is he anyway? What the fuck is his problem?
He's home.
Why is he not there?
He just bought a new thing of wet wipes, and he's home wet wiping.
He's home wet wiping his ass. Oh God! Now I know why I get singled out. So you're going to Jesse's trial tomorrow, right?
Yes. I'm sorry I can't miss. I moved around so many things to get this date, and I know Weed Man's is tomorrow too, and I have to make a decision, and I promised Jesse, so I have to do Jesse's court date tomorrow. It's a big one.
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah, I totally understand. I'm sure Ed understands.
Yeah.
They're going to play around with Ed for a while anyway in the beginning, so.
He'll be back and forth in there. But this is the I&E tour on trial here too, so it's kind of big for for us.
Sure.
So.
And then Joanne's husband's services tomorrow night also.
I'm gonna try to make that. That's just horrible story. My God.
Oh my God, I am devastated for her.
Yeah, we all just met him.
So I'm definitely going to make it.
Yeah, me, Cleo, William, we just met him like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I just met him too.
Were you with us?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I met him a few months ago, but he was a really nice dude.
Yeah, totally.
It just goes to show you how things can change in an instant.
Oof.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to be there tomorrow. I'm hoping to bring some joint family up there because, you know, I'm going to be driving back and forth all week. It's going to be crazy.
Right.
And then, listen, I'm a good person.
Uh-oh.
You know, I really am.
Oh, no. What happened?
So,
No.
a friend of a friend, kind of not, they're acquaintances. A dude, you know the dude that painted the joint Casso? He's an amazing artist in Trenton.
What's his name?
He does things. His name is William Casso.
Okay.
Casso, Kasso.
Okay.
He painted the side of the joint. He's an amazing dude. He does a lot of things for kids in the city, and so his partner, friend, his daughter needed a driver because they have a family issue going on, and they needed a driver. And I saw it on Facebook, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to help them out. So I'm driving to Florida on Monday.
Oh, cool. Okay. Right on.
I'm driving people to Florida to take care of their issue, and I'll be back hopefully by Friday. You know?
God bless
you. Better be back by Friday. We got a big thing going on Friday night.
I know. His daughter was real upset, and you know, and she said, just talking to me, I said, don't worry, I got you, you know, it will be fine. And she felt so much better, you know, it's a child issue with her kid. And, you know, I felt so bad for her. And, like, she don't drive, her dad didn't have license. So I'm like, you know what? I got some time, let's do it. So I'm helping them out. Hopefully I'll have good karma somewhere down the line.
May the universe love you.
Yes. Well, you know, if I ever needed help, hopefully one day, you know, if I needed that type of help, I'd get it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yes,
so anyway.
Well, thank you, dear. I'm not going to hang up on you because you're so nice to me. So
I went to I had a really bad day, so you better not. I went to the joint.
I swear to God. You went to the joint and it's closed. What do you mean?
Yes, they close for evening. So luckily I have friends in high places, and my girlfriend just got out of work, and I'm sitting at her back patio drinking a beer.
Oh, boy.
And I'm medicating because my back hurts. So.
Well, feel better, dear.
But it's beautiful. Yes. So I will see you. I don't know.
See you Thursday.
I actually I'm going to try to make it to Jesse if everything goes the way I planned tomorrow. I'm going to stand out there with my signs for like an hour or two before his trial and then leave. So, we'll see.
All right. Well, good luck. Keep us informed what's going on. Take lots of pictures, Mabel.
Yes. You too. I will.
We want Mabel's pictures online.
Okay. You'll get them.
All right. Good night.
I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right.
All right. My phone's about to die. I got one more call to make for tonight. This is a big one. We're actually doing a crossover.
Why don't you charge your phone?
We have a crossover event coming up with Bob Watonic from Decarcerate, New Jersey. It's the National Prison Strike Day, I believe it's called. And we are participating in that. Oops.
Do you?
Yeah. You should know about this. September 9th is a National Prison Strike Day, or whatever they call it. Whoa, what happened?
Yeah.
Whoa. That wasn't good. Whoa. Why is that happening?
What's going on over there?
I don't know. That wasn't good. That was not good at all.
It didn't sound good. Are you
No,
kidding me?
that does not bode well for our conversation here.
I was waiting to see sparks kick up.
Let's try it again. That's better? There we go.
So who you calling?
Bob Watonic from Decarcerate.
Hello?
Hello, Bob.
Yes.
Bob, this is Lefty Grimes. You're on the air with Sativa Cross. How are you?
Very good.
Good, man. Good. How you doing, bro? Listen, I wanted to talk to you for a couple minutes about September 9th, the big day you got coming up here. What's going on that day? There's a national day for it's for prisons, for prison reform, and we're trying to fit you in on the 8th for our podcast, and we want to support whatever you guys want to do there. So how can we support you on that day for the prison reform, and what's going on that day?
Okay, so the a number of organizations that work inside prisons of prisoners. I'm getting an echo. I'm not sure why.
Okay.
They're tired of the prospect of their incarceration being equivalent to their enslavement, because the 13th Amendment, which ostensibly was to end enslavement in the United States, has an exemption if you're duly convicted of a crime, that you are exempted from being barred from being enslaved. So now what that does is it creates an incentive for the system to incarcerate people. I mean, it's one of the driving forces of mass incarceration, that industry and state, usually state and sometimes federal government, is using enslaved labor for various services, and industry is using enslaved labor for production of products and services. So it's a profit incentive for private industry. It's a budgeting incentive for state governments and the federal government. And even at one point, Jerry Brown in California, who's been fighting against a court order that's supposed to end prison overcrowding. They're supposed to have released prisoners in California, thousands of them, and he's been fighting it. And they even brought up the argument at one point that they couldn't afford to fight the forest fires if they didn't have enslaved prison labor to do it. So the prisoners are calling for an end to that enslavement. And September 9th, the anniversary of the Attica State Uprising, and a lot of the same issues that folks were protesting back then. And so commemorate that uprising and develop solidarity among the incarcerated there, and to call for an end to carceral enslavement. They are having a strike in a number of facilities. Now, how widespread it will be, that's an open question. There's a tremendous difficulty for incarcerated to communicate from prison to prison, even from cell block to cell block, or even down the hall. But as far as the war on drugs goes, it's a big incentive for locking people up across the country, because once you lock them up for nominal drug infractions, then you get to enslave them and put them to work for nothing. Quite an incentive, profit motive, and a budget incentive. In New Jersey, what we're organizing is solidarity with the incarcerated fight against enslavement, but also calling for an end to mass incarceration in New Jersey. One of the things about New Jersey that came out recently, a sentencing project report came out that New Jersey probability of ending up incarcerated is a 12-to-1 ratio, a racial ratio between black resident of New Jersey versus white resident of New Jersey. A black resident is 12 times as likely to end up in prison. Now, that's really bad. The rest of the country is really bad. Most of the rest of the country, it's 2-to-1 ratio. New Jersey is the very worst state in the nation as far as that ratio goes. That doesn't mean it's the worst in every prison statistic, but as far as the ratio between the likelihood of ending up in prison, black versus white, the 12-to-1 ratio in New Jersey is worse than any other state in the nation. A lot of people think that, racism is something in the South. That it's limited to the South, but, it isn't really. Now, that ratio, now, we all know that industry and government monitors every single thing we do on the internet, or every single cell phone call, every single search we do, every comment we post in whatever social network we like to hang out in. They got it all, and they got it all in their databases. They monitor it all. They do this predictive analytics where they analyze it, try to, they know more about us than we know about ourselves, our behaviors, etc. At least our online behavior and our telephone behavior.
Isn't that the truth?
What was that?
I said, isn't that the truth?
So if the government and industry can monitor us that closely, shouldn't they be able to take this statistic, this report from the Sentencing Project that finds a 12-to-1 ratio, and take a look at every police department, every prosecutor's office, and every court, and every court in across New Jersey, and find out what has contributed to that? What police departments are profiling? What prosecutors are slanting their prosecution along racial lines, and what courts are meting out sentences along racial lines? Because the disparity doesn't come out of the air. The disparity comes out of conscious and subconscious decisions being made all along the way.
Bob, they police the poor areas. What I've noticed is that there's a town that I'm going to right now, and the police are driving around an extended stay motel where there's all poor white people and poor black people, and they seem to drive around this place and just pull people over, stop people while they're walking, harass black people, and just ruin people's lives, break up families. But they don't do this in the white areas. They only do this in the areas where there's like the low-hanging fruit of black people and poor white people, it seems. And that's what I invited you to this weekend, was to witness some of this with me firsthand, some of this drug war going on.
Yeah, so that is what they should be able to find if they take that report that's dropped by the Sentencing Project at the national level. If New Jersey is going to do anything with that report, they should. I mean, if you have good, clean government, you get a report like that, you would scratch your head and say, something's wrong here. Let's figure it out. Let's do our predictive analytics on the prosecutor's offices and the judges, just like we do on everyone's Facebook behaviors. And let's figure out how this happened. Number one, figure out how it happened, and maybe some people need some training. Maybe some bad apples need to be cut from the tree and tossed into the compost heap, because there are some pretty bad people in the criminal justice system too. And by studying it, we can find out who is applying racial factors in their policing, prosecuting, and sentencing. That needs to be done. And on top of that, more importantly, in my book, is figure out who is in prison now, and maybe shouldn't be there, or maybe should have got a shorter sentence because of these methods being employed. And once you figure that out, commute their sentences to time served or to a shorter sentence. Provide relief to the people who were profiled, who were over-prosecuted, were prosecuted when they shouldn't have been, and over-sentenced. That's what the correct thing to do, and that's one of the things we want to. That's one of the points we want to make in New Jersey on September 9th. And we're hoping that the legalized movement, who has all kinds of similar issues. I mean, the issues are all totally overlapping. Just like I was talking about the racial statistics. A black in New Jersey is 3 times as likely to be arrested as a white for cannabis possession. And New Jersey is one of 16 states that have actually increased the number of cannabis arrests, when where in a lot of other states are figuring out the best way to legalize or to loosen things up. New Jersey is going military on it. They got a siege mentality going on here in New Jersey.
Yes.
Where last year, 25,000 people were arrested for cannabis last year. Now, in 2011, New Jersey spends $1/8 billion on cannabis arrests. Now, we're, our pet, we hear all about how the pension's too expensive. We can't even do our bridge work now across the whole state, yet we can afford to continue to arrest these folks, and that all serves an industry of not an industry, a professional system of people who profit, whose lives, who the people that have to watch over the incarcerated, the police that get overtime when they have to go to these cases to testify. They have to fill out the reports. The labs. There's a whole industry. The police union, the corrections union, they're all in on that's how they buy their house in Florida, where they can escape to, because they get all their overtime, because all the cannabis and other low-level drug arrests that go on in their dirt. So we have common interest with decarceration and legalize and end the drug war. It's all basically one issue with just different nuanced meanings of it. We have to recognize the connections to it, and we would love if the cannabis advocates can help us out on September 9th by holding an event in front of the State House, or perhaps at the courthouse in Trenton, or both, or whatever, but we do need to have Trenton presence, and we're hoping that you could help us.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We'll be in front of the State House. We'll even be there early for you guys if you want. We'll be out there at 10 o'clock. I wanted to ask you, what did you think about the state lab technician for New Jersey that was faking results in drug cases, and it casted doubt on 7,000 criminal cases he worked on? It's like this.
I think that's the scratch of the surface, and I think the more you look, the more that you find. You find that at the state level. You find police chiefs that are telling their force to racially profile. You find police who are, sneaking into the lab and the lab, the evidence room, come out nose ripping some cocaine. These guys, they don't know how to handle evidence, or they mishandle evidence all the time. And once these officers and once these technicians and whoever's connected to whatever prosecutors are using that lab knowingly, and this is where they don't go. Not only is the lab guilty of this, what about all the prosecutors that knowingly used that lab, knowing that that's what they did? So you got to take not only that lab tech, you got to take all the prosecutors that used that. You got to open up everything. You got to, and then when a cop just pulls in for any kind of evidence violation or any kind of misconduct, you got to take their whole history. Look at how do they apply that misconduct and put people away over the years, planting evidence, falsifying evidence, testifying, or whatever. I mean, they're damaging people's lives when they go and they commit misconduct. They're putting people away for longer sentences, or overcharging people, or whatever, or whether it's profiling, falsifying evidence, lying in court, planning evidence, etc. I mean, it all goes on, and it's not just on drugs. It goes on with weapons too. I mean, there's all kinds of suspicious guns being found around. Whenever police shoot somebody, a gun shows up that, and then the gun moves from here to there. There's no evidence on the gun, yet they still allow that gun to be used in the court. I mean, all of that kind of stuff. You gotta. When this happens, you gotta not only punish the perpetrator, and they're doing this somewhat with the evidence lab. I'm not sure how thorough they're going to be. And basically, they need to dismiss all the charges that his evidence contributed to. And if they don't have evidence enough to retry them or to recharge them, dismiss and commute. And don't delay it. Because if they delay it, what's the point? If somebody's got 2 years left on their sentence, and it takes them 2 years to figure out if they should have reviewed his case, by then his sentence is up anyway. So how does that help that person? They need to take immediate action. Immediately suspend the sentences and the charges. Same thing with the with cannabis legalization. It's not enough just to legalize. We need to decarcerate and make sure that all the charges get dropped, all the fines that are uncollected get dismissed. All the records get expunged. All the parole and probation for cannabis-related charges, that all has to go. Because how can we be out? How can folks be on the outside partying legalization when people are still dealing with the consequences of prohibition? Subsequent to prohibition. I mean, I know you guys all agree with this, and I'm probably speaking to the choir here, but these are the kind of issues we need to connect, and we need to make a stronger voice of it, because the political forces, every politician, in their mind, they think that they're a decarcerator and a prison reformer, and they all got these schemes and scams that they think, oh, if we do this, we do that, we do that. So we need something to happen now. We don't need another 5-year plan that's going to get delayed another 5 years after that and another 5 years after that. And, maybe 1 or 2 people get out. I mean, Obama, he released a few hundred people. So what? He got 2.5 million people in prison, But you released a few hundred, and that's supposed to be a big, significant thing. But that he did that, we should be able to say to New Jersey, look, they did that at the national level. Who's going to get released over this 12-to-1 statistic? Are you going to tell me that you have this 12-to-1 statistic and that's the way it should be, and nobody's going to get released, and nobody's going to find out how we ended up with that 12-to-1 statistic? And or are you going to admit you have a problem and start finding out who's in prison that shouldn't be there because of racial aspects of the decision? And as you mentioned, class aspects of it as well, because of the focus on also impoverished Caucasians, etc.
I liked what you said before about slave labor. Well, I don't like what you said before about slave labor. They just came out with a report about helmets that were made, and they're recalling thousands and thousands of these helmets that were made in prison because they're inferior and they don't work. And it's like, what the hell? Like, did you see that one about the faulty helmets?
I did not see that, but what it comes down to, that's a symptom of capitalism, where you try to cut every corner. So one corner you're cutting is to pay people dirt, pennies a day, or what you should be paying good $25, $30 an hour, full package, with the benefits and all. And then you're also cutting corners on on the components that are being assembled. Whenever you have a system that is only driven by how much of a margin you're going to make on this, you're going to end up with that. And it goes with using the cheapest source of labor, using the cheapest product, and if you can get away with it, cutting corners and not following the safety rules that everyone's supposed to provide. And whether it be worker safety, environmental safety, and environmental proper cleaning techniques of emissions into water and air, all of that. Whenever, if your industry is only driven by profit, and if you're not making more money than the next company, your company's going under because people are going to pull out of your company and invest in the other one. Everyone's going to cut every corner they can get away with, and it comes, and whether it be using incarcerated labor, child labor, other forms of enslaved labor, hiring people overseas for next to nothing, etc. But yeah, no, I didn't know about the helmet thing, but it would be par for the course, if you got companies that are, everything about just the margin and willing to exploit incarcerated labor. Of course, they're going to be willing to cut other corners and cut safety.
Exploit the troops too. I mean, you're putting our troops at risk. By giving them faulty helmets, you're putting our troops at risk. I mean, what the hell? What are they doing?
Yeah, that's another. I mean, I know it's off the topic, but if you start talking about how the profit wielding from the war machine, which is also, but it also ties in because all that equipment that they make for war, then when they have all the surplus, they turn around and they give it away to the cities. The next thing you know, this equipment's patrolling the city streets, enforcing the war on drugs and the war on the people. So it is all related, but there's definitely, and you've got industries involved in the helmet making, you've got industries involved in making all that equipment that was made for
Oh,
war.
I get it.
Now
I get it. Those helmets were faulty for Iraq, but they're not faulty for Chicago. I get it. I got it. I just figured it out.
Yeah, but and that's what happened. The war comes home, and the same methods of being, we're being
Fuckers.
we're being made to get accustomed to the idea that warlike methods to be used domestically.
Yeah, tanks, and all that. We got tanks over in Middletown here. I wanted to smoke a joint on it. I think I'll go back there and smoke a joint on it. Legally. Yeah, legally, Bob. I wouldn't break the law.
That's right.
No, never.
I know how you do it. No, you do good educational work, and you do a service. It cuts both ways. I don't know how many police are going to be raised up by what you're doing. I know that's part of what you're trying to do. You're trying to make them aware.
You know what? It's a farce. Our tour is a farce, Bob. We're meeting the cops. They're desk cops. We're meeting the PR cops. We're meeting the cops that are going to blow smoke up our ass. Because you know what? The cops that I saw the other day that pulled people over, that lied, that said, "Oh yeah, Clancy, he threw something out his window." No, he didn't. I was there the whole time. His windows were closed. Nothing was thrown out the window. The cop had four guys on the.
They can make up anything.
No, they were on the ground. These kids, and they were going through the kids' stuff. Like for what? What purpose? What do these kids have on them? What, a joint? What are you doing? What are you looking for? No, and the cops they're lying, and they're just the drug war is live and well. And I invited you Friday to this secret party, so it's a secret, so you can't tell anybody. And you're one of the few people I invited that's not a patient. So I can't share my cannabis with you, but you could definitely come and film it, please.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. We'll talk more.
The other service you're doing, because I was saying, that on the one hand, and like I said, and you're kind of agreeing with me, that's not going to, even though some police might see the videos or hear about, and it might help raise some awareness.
Maybe.
But on the other hand, the awareness that you're helping is, because of this warlike footing that we are, especially in New Jersey, even people who can legally imbibe are afraid to go out and are afraid to maybe, if they think that they might need to access their medicine while on the road, you're teaching them how to do it legally in a way that they can't get themselves in trouble. And you're teaching them, people, if you have the legal right to, for medical reasons, you still need to do it right.
Yes.
Legally, or else you could end up getting arrested. And you're helping making that, you can get arrested anyway. But if you follow the rules when you go to court, and if you have a good attorney, you're more likely to beat the charge and maybe even to end up suing because you were falsely arrested.
Yeah, and you shouldn't need an attorney. Patients have gone into court without an attorney and have gotten exonerated. So, yeah, you don't need an attorney. You could just go in there and show your card and say, I'm a patient and I'm being discriminated against, and they'll let you go, usually.
But my point is you're doing a good service, not only trying to teach the police, but you're also teaching the people, the patient.
Yeah. Thanks.
And also other people who might think that they can benefit from the medicine, but might be nervous about it because of this war footing. You're teaching them that there is a way you can do this, and if you do it the right way, you can do it with the minimal amount of legal risk. And the risk, police can say and do whatever they want, but if you do things by the book, you're more likely to do better in court later. And if the police, there are some police who are level-headed and they'll realize, he's got the jar, he's got the card, looks legit, They might call it into the sergeant will say, they did it right. And maybe the sergeant saw your routine, and maybe it'll help. Maybe
Hopefully.
It'll help on both sides.
Yeah, we've met some great...
One person may have already gotten off because of it.
Yeah.
Because a cop might have seen your video or heard about it. They must jump it up after you leave.
Sure, we've met some great cops. Yeah, we met some great cops, and we met some bad cops. So we've run the gamut of both. So.
And you probably give them something to talk about the rest of the day.
I hope so. I really hope so.
And you never know. There might be some kind of education going on inside. On the other hand, it's probably some kind of reaction. One of the forces in New Jersey, unfortunately, that's opposed to legalization is police, because they get overtime. There's more police that get hired because they have an extra law to enforce, and the system puts a lot of resources into enforcing. So if you take away that, then there might be less demand for police. Or police can be reassigned and do more important work. But generally, you just do the math. You need less cops. You need less overtime. So it's less money for the police union. So the police unions lobby on the side of continued prohibition, as do the corrections unions. So and those are the same forces that lobby against incarceration efforts. So it's all this whole struggle. There's different aspects of it and different flavors of it and nuances, but there's so many commonalities between the different angles here of decarceration, legalization, and the war on drugs. We're all in this together, and if we could put together, and I'm not sure how successful we will be on September 9th, but if it could give us a model that if we could, we could try another date, in the future where we have a coordinated day of activities at all the counties. Maybe, if we hit 5 county courthouses on September 9th, maybe the next time we'll hit all, 21 of them, or in the state, 21 counties?
Okay.
However many counties. Yeah, maybe one day we could hit 10 of them. Maybe one day we could hit every single county in the state with some kind of protest against mass incarceration and the war on drugs. And that's I think, when the system is going to start to react, when the politicians, they can't go out of their house without someone coming up to them and saying, when are you going to legalize weed? When are you going to stop putting people away for this? When are you going to free this guy who was framed up and shouldn't be in prison? When are you going to? They need to hear it constantly, and they don't. And that's the issue. We need to create so much tension so that mass incarceration becomes no longer worth the struggle for them. Right now they're making money on it. They're profiting from it in so many different ways. But we got to make it so they don't have to think, well, is it really worth these extra dollars for these phonies who are already millionaires, or should we just refocus a little bit and and then calm down this social the social disagreement that we have going on with our residency, which we need to have that. We need to make that disagreement, and we need to make it more effective and more constant. And you're doing it with, you're doing this program, you're for, this week, you do this weekly, right? This podcast?
Yeah, we do it Monday night and Thursday in front of the State House. We see Governor Christie almost every week in front of the State House. It's great.
Yeah, you're keeping the full court press going.
Oh, it's going, man. Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly the kind of work that we need to have, thousands, tens of thousands of New Jersey residents just as dedicated, because we're all affected by this. Not only those with family members who are facing it, who are in prison or facing sentences or facing probation and parole, or whose lives are disrupted, or who were recently incarcerated and now can't work, can't live in public housing, etc., because of all this. But not only that, the rest of everybody that has to live in fear, where any time of any day, your freedom can be taken away from you by either because you might be doing something that there's some obscure law against, or the police say you did something. And regardless of whether you did it or not, you still have to go through that whole process. You have to hire the attorneys, you have to go through, and even if you didn't do anything, you still may end up guilty and sentenced. That happens. And so everyone, especially those who live in people of color, people who live in the poorer neighborhoods, have to live in a constant fear. I've spoken to so many people who are to the point of getting afraid to get behind the wheel anymore. Because when you go on a road, you're more vulnerable.
Yes. Yes.
And so the more time you're in the car, the more you are to possibly having an encounter with police. And so there's some people who, and then when they see the videos, people who look like them get pulled over for something and end up with their bodies riddled with bullets. And they think that could be me. And they actually see the whole scene. Nowadays you see the whole scene because somebody took a video of it and say, God, that could be me. I was in that situation just last week. And the cop, I saw the cop unflipping his gun, and people are afraid to be outside anymore.
Watch what the cop did to me. I was like, he started coming up to me because I'm filming. He's like, move back, and he's walking into me, and I'm like, I'm giving ground, you're taking ground, I'm giving ground, you're taking ground, and he kept coming towards me. I'm like, oh my God.
Right. And then you'd be resisting arrest, right?
Yeah, if I would have touched him.
If 4 people bumped into you, you would bump into him.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. That's why I'm giving ground, and like I move away from him. That's all I can do.
But that's what they say. They start saying, stop resisting, stop resisting. They got this whole routine down.
Right,
when they're getting ready to do somebody or when they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And it creates this loud tension, and you watch the person getting wailed on while all the cops are standing around saying, stop resisting. It's not funny.
But
it's
we'll
like YouTube every night. It's the YouTube follies.
We'll talk more about this because we're gonna get together Friday, and we got some interesting things happening here. So we'll talk more. But I'll see you definitely September 8th in front of the State House is our big podcast, and with the Decarcerate guys, Decarcerate the Garden State. I'm looking forward to this.
And we'll talk about it more offline as to exactly all the particulars.
Yeah.
We need to nail down press releases and everything.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right, man.
All right. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye. That's Bob Botonic. The guy's cool. From Decarcerate.
Do you have a database for press releases?
What does that even mean? What does that mean?
Never mind.
Do I have a database?
No, I was thinking something else.
Hello?
Scott.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Dude, what's going on, man? You're on the air. How are you?
Good, good. How's everyone doing? Who am I speaking with today? Who's in the room?
Well, it's me, Lefty, William Haney, and Cleo's passed out, I think. I don't know. She's off the air.
Nice. Hi, boys. How you doing? And hi, Cleo.
Cleo's doing research.
She's researching something right now, and we're just chilling, man. We're happy for you that you're finally suing Sparta after all this time. Yay! Yay!
Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about any of like the details, but I can certainly
I can. Sparta's dicks.
I can reference the facts that are already publicly available.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But yeah, I'm so glad. Are you getting your bongs back anytime soon? Can you answer that?
Anything that like is in their possession, like might I guess the idea is to try to be compensated, in some form or another. I don't actually at this point really expect to get like actual hardware back. I mean, it could happen. I made it clear that was I made it clear that was an intention early on. I don't know if that's going to be the outcome or not. Probably not.
Well, Carol got hers back, so I have hope for you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, at the very least, I'll get some value for them, maybe perhaps.
Yeah, we'll go bong shopping.
Yeah, right.
It's always fun.
Yeah,
wow.
It's been a little exciting just to know that it's actually going to, start to fruit here.
Yeah, have you gotten any reaction from the police about this yet?
I don't live in town anymore, so I haven't really experienced any retaliatory type of thing. I don't even live in county, and honestly, for that reason, because they probably start to harass me. But everything's been kosher so far.
That's good. I'm glad they're not harassing you. Oh my God. They ruined your life.
I mean, they probably would if I went through town, but
Really? Oh boy. Well, let's go through town. Let's take Uber. We'll take an Uber ride through town, and we'll just we'll spark up right in the middle of town like we used to, in the good old days.
Well, maybe after everything concludes, we can do that, and we can actually drive a real limo in that time.
All right, you're paying for this one. You know what? Yeah, you still owe me for the last limo.
The town might be. Hopefully, the town's paying for it.
All right, good, because you still owe for the last limo ride. So yeah, you're buying the next one. That's great. Yeah, dude, that's hysterical.
Yeah, so I'm hoping hear some news sometime this year and see what happens.
Oh man, I'm so happy for you, man. Good. Those bastards, what they did to you, it's just unreal. When I tell people the story, it's like they can't believe it. They're like, he was stabbed, went to the police for help, and he was arrested for his medical marijuana that he's allowed to have. What the fuck? What?
I have to say though, this lady's a real trailblazer. She's she totally took the time to listen and understand the whole situation, and to, I wanted to I wanted to make it clear. I tried to contact a lot of lawyers about this. And I've mentioned this before, but like, you know, it was difficult to find somebody who was willing to like make medical marijuana a part of the argument. Because in my particular situation, there may have arguably been some other things that were more easier routes. Let's say, like there was an illegal search, but she's going after them because I'm a patient, and there wasn't many people willing to listen. So if we get anywhere with this, I definitely want to like tout her name with Tracy Henson in Princeton. Because she was the one person out of like hundreds that didn't need to and took the time to listen to like the patient side of things and like understands that perspective. So I definitely appreciate her.
Yeah, that's important.
She had that compassionate ear.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, we don't have too many lawyers on our side, especially since Mr. Buckley and his legacy ended a few years back.
Yeah, Bill Buckman was the best.
Buckman.
Love that guy. Yeah, he was the best. Love that guy. Man. Well, Scott, I just wanted to find out there was an update, and I wanted to wish you good luck. I know you can't really talk about much, but I can talk about some shit.
Yeah, I'm more scared to I don't know what I can say or can't say, but I'm excited too, and I hope at some point I'll be able to talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna go buy a big bag of weed. We're going bong shopping. We're gonna go rig shopping. We're gonna buy some wax together. Let's see, what else can we do? Let's buy some lights and some reflective walls. And never mind. Won't go there. We all can dream, can't we?
I'm excited to see how you guys do on Friday. Where is that, in East Brunswick?
Yes. Don't talk too much about it. It's a secret sesh. But yes, we're gonna have some fun on Friday night. Yes. Oh yeah.
All right.
It's the town I was beat up in, Scotty. So you have your Sparta. I have my East Brunswick.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name?
Al Crusher.
Explain Al Crusher.
Al Crusher. I was handcuffed on the ground, and Al Crusher came over to me and kicked me in the chest while I was handcuffed on the ground. And this is in East Brunswick. And so attitude is a direct reflection of leadership. So someone at the top of this East Brunswick Police Department said that it's okay for these officers to act like this. So to this day, these officers are still treating people this way. They're still pulling people over, harassing them, harassing black people, pulling people over, ripping them out of their cars, lying, saying that they tossed something when I saw that they didn't clearly toss anything. They're just lying. So Friday night, we're going to have oh boy, it's going to be something else, boy. I'm telling you.
On one of the future shows, before I go to, I wanted to mention that one of the few podcasts ago, you guys were talking about the one dirty cop who was like a lab attendant who was just falsifying marijuana tests for the state police.
Yeah, his name is.
And then I guess he's got some some more updates.
Yeah, his name is Camel Cunt Shah.
Mhm.
I swear to God.
That guy. I think there's some more updates. Some of the people that ended up getting bunk tests done by him are starting to get let out of jail and stuff. I saw something in the Star Ledger today that one of the guys, based on bad science from this guy, from this lab tech, got released. So they're starting, to try to turn in with that issue.
Good. I say, fuck Camel Cunt Shah. That's his name.
Kick him in the camel cunt.
If I had a name like Camel Cunt Shah, I would probably be a jerk too. But this guy really ruined people's lives. I mean, come on, you're a jerk to people that. Come on, man, really. How many?
I think all you guys are suspension too.
Thousands and thousands of people were affected by this jerk. 8,000 criminal cases. 8,000. Are you kidding me? Morris.
That's incredible.
Going back how far?
In our county, 2005. Bergen County, Essex, Morris, Passaic counties. I mean, people's lives were ruined by this guy, Camel Cunt.
And honestly, that's pretty deep. 8,000, that affects a large swath of the state.
Scary, man.
And good thing to know that that's not a crime, but all the 8,000 people that he fucked up, they're gonna have to serve out their non-existent crimes. Hopefully, they all get let out.
So, who's the cop that gave you a real hard time in Sparta?
I can't really name anybody.
Well, there was a cop that arrested you, right? Who's on the arrest papers? You could tell me that. Who's on
Yeah, there was one particular gentleman that maybe you can remember. I'm not able to say.
on the paper?
He's mentioned in the suit, you know.
BB?
This particular.
Oh, BB. BB. All right, so let me ask you a question. Who's a bigger douche, BB, Lieutenant BB, or Camel Cunt Shah?
Camel cunt.
I didn't hang up on anybody.
You need to apologize.
I had to get somebody tonight. I'm sorry, Scott. You were on the list tonight to get hung up on. Sorry, dude. That was a good one.
Did you pull that out of the hat?
That was a good one. I cut him off as he said camel cunt.
Wow. Are you over there patting yourself on the back?
If you're listening at home, you must be dying. That shit was funny. Come on, man. Come on, that was fucking funny. Come on. That was a good one. Yeah. 1 for 1 tonight. 1 for 1. That's all I came in as a pinch hitter. Boop. 1 for 1. Knocked it out of the park.
Wow.
I like that, huh?
Yeah. That was out of here, right?
So, I'm not even ready. Give me a second, William. Give me 2 seconds.
2 seconds for what?
Talk for a second.
What do you...
I got something to do.
Oh, so anyway, I had a little bit of information on the Bud Summit that took place over the weekend in Washington, D.C.
All right, William. You know what? Never mind.
That was.
Never mind. Nobody cares. I'm kidding.
You got?
I'm kidding. I have a favor. I need the box. Where's the box? The box was here. The box is gone. The box was here. The box is gone. Where is the magical butter box? How am I gonna do a commercial?
This is a free setup.
I
right?
can't do the commercial without the box.
Excuse me. You can still mention the sponsor.
Magical butter makes your recipes better. Be dialing. Be touching that smartphone. 1-800-420-4334. 1-800-420-4334. Get your magical butter machine from magicalbutter.com and Garen Angel, who will hang off a building for you. He hang glides too.
Yeah, he does.
Garen Angel flies through the air, paragliding around like he don't care. He is a nut, but we love him so. Why can't we grow? I love magical butter. You should too. I should write this shit down. I really should, man.
Yeah, you're right.
I should just go to like a real song.
Or just run it to play it back.
Butter makes your
Run it to play it back. That's all.
Magical butter makes your recipes better. Magical butter makes your recipes better. Magical butter. Brownies, cookies, smoothies, sauces, soups, candies, veggies, and tossed salad? No.
You really like that tossed salad?
No, it was salad dressings for your tossed salad.
You really like the tossed salad, don't you?
Don't you? I
I'm not-
love tossed salad.
I'm just throwing it out there
You
to hear you
should
talk.
too. Magical butter makes tossed salad juice. Oh, wait. Magical butter makes your recipes better with tossed salad dressing. Magical butter makes your recipes. There's a delay there. I can never get it right. Tommy Dorsey fucks with me every fucking week. Tommy Dorsey, fuck you.
You think?
Fuck you, Tommy Dorsey, you bastard. He knew what he was doing. He went on the upstroke. He was going up, and the upstroke. You're coming on the up. See, watch. Here, watch this.
Yeah, you got playback.
It's
I'll
tough.
wait.
It's tough.
No, you have to do that.
It's tough. Watch. 3.
Yeah,
4, 1,
that was it.
2,
Just saying.
3, 4, 1, 2. On a 2. It comes in like a 10 count. A 10 count. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6 count. It's a weird. Who comes in on a 6 count? Who? Who comes in on a 6 count?
He does.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 5. It's weird. Wait.
He's trying to show innovation and
1, 2,
self-expression.
3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. That's good. I can't get it though. I can't get the timing down. Watch. Magic. Magical butter makes your recipes better. Magical butter makes you... I got it that time.
Yeah, you did.
1-800-420-4334. 1-800-420-4334. Get your magical butter machine from magicalbutter.com. And medical-freedom.com.
How'd you like the facelift?
Medical-freedom.com. Got a new website.
Ooh, no.
It's fancy.
Got a new face.
William got a fancy new website.
Nah.
William got a fancy new website. William got a fancy new website from medical-freedom.com. Go to it right now. Go to that site right now, and there's nude pictures up. You can see boobs. Oh, no, that's the other site. That's the other one. Oh, sorry. This is for flags. This is for State of Compassion flags, not boobs. Have anything to say about your medical-freedom.com?
Yeah, I mean,
go for it. It's your
we-
commercial, damn it.
Oh, damn, man. We support patients with PTSD.
Why would you do something like that?
I would like to also be able to give back. See,
Have you ever seen somebody suffer with PTSD? It's fucking horrible.
my father.
It's brutal. So, yeah, I know why you want to give back. Because if you've seen it, yeah, you want to help these guys. If you don't see it, you're just like, whatever. Then you don't have compassion. Until you see something in front of your eyes, maybe we won't have that compassion that we have for people. Because I got it. I can't get rid of it. It hurts.
I don't think those of us who do have it are supposed to do that.
Yeah, I don't like seeing things suffer. Anything. Nothing. Not even you, William. I don't like. You like to think I see you suffer. I like watching you suffer. I don't like watching you suffer. I really don't. You think I do, but I don't.
No, that's untrue.
It's no. I don't.
No. That's untrue.
No, it's
for you
not.
to, like, springboard.
See, now you're
to
making
that
me suffer. Why are you making me
position.
suffer?
I'm not making
No,
you
you're making me suffer now. Why?
Dude.
Why are you doing this to me now?
No.
Why?
Are you self-inflicted?
Yeah, you're making me suffer. You're turning it around.
That's
And you're manipulating the
bullshit.
situation
That's
on
the way
me.
you're playing it.
No, you're playing me. Magical buttermilk recipe. You know, Garen, you better appreciate this, Garen Angel, what we do for you on this show. That's like 10 minutes of your commercial of this freaking song in our freaking heads because of you, Garen Angel. Jeez, I can't take this song anymore. Tommy Dorsey, F you. Thank you. That freaking song, God. I don't think Garen appreciates what we go through for him every week. No, Garen, really. You need to appreciate us playing this song every week for you. It's in Jim Miller's head at night when he goes to bed. Jim Miller has nightmares about this song because of you, Garen. Please appreciate what we're doing for you. Product placement.
So when are you doing a call-in?
For who?
To win a magical butter machine?
We don't have one yet. I'm waiting for them.
Oh.
We're waiting for the machines. I will make an email tomorrow.
Why don't you do a follow-up?
I'm going to follow up tomorrow. I will. I don't want to seem pushy because they're very generous with us giving these machines to give away to sick people. And we're actually helping a lot of sick people in New Jersey. And I'm just amazed at the love and the support that's being shown to people.
That's
There's
generated.
Hope. There's hope out there for the human race. I lost hope for the human race a few years ago. I'm kind of getting it back. Except the other day, they killed a fucking dolphin. Dude, taking selfies. Are you kidding me? In Buenos Aires, they passed around a dolphin, a little baby, rare dolphin, for selfies. They passed it around. The thing wound up dying because they kept it out of the water for too long. And they killed the fucking thing, taking selfies with it. Are you kidding me? This is the kind of world we live in?
Yes.
I know. That's why I need hope. I need hope for the hope. I need hope, William. I need it. I can't live without hope. I can't. I can't do it.
Well,
I'm not that strong.
yeah, well, here's what I see. You have hope and you don't know it because you're running on pure faith.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Am I not? Are you not?
I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Yes, you do. You know exactly what you're doing. You just might not be sure of the motive.
The motive? What do you mean not sure of the motive? The motive is my motive is because of what I've been through in my life.
I can relate.
And I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. And Carol Millman, I love you to death because when you say fuck these motherfuckers, I can't get that out of my head. That's just fuck these motherfuckers. That's how I feel. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Because the shit's still going on that happened to me, still going on today. It's still happening to people. Same town I was in where it happened to me. It's just still a vicious cycle of shit. It's got to end. That's why we need people like Bob Wikatonic helping us decarcerate the Garden State. Let me see if I can get my credits up. You know, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to get my credits up the cheating way here. Watch this. Okay. We'll go over here.
What are you doing?
cmmnj.org.
Okay.
sativacross.com. You got jacksonstorms.com. Oh boy, I picked the wrong one. I picked the wrong video. NewJerseyWeedman.com. I wonder if he's landed yet. He's probably landing right now. Weedman, did you rat hole any weed? I hope not. You don't need to bring weed home. We're not, concerned with the fancy shit out there in the West Coast. We have fancy weed here in New Jersey. Don't worry. You don't need to smuggle any back weed, man. Don't worry. So we have JacksonStorms.com. We have Legalize for Lorelei. Lorelei is that little girl from Pennsylvania. Just got her medical marijuana card. She's able to get her oil now. She's able to cut her seizures down from 700, 800 seizures a day down to maybe 100 seizures a day, which is a big, big
That is
difference.
huge. Are you kidding me? That is enormous. God bless her.
You got Tuffy's Fight. You got davidversusautism.org, which is Nancy and David. Jenny's Purple Ribbon Journey. That's Laura and Roger Barber, who fight every day for their baby. Well, no, she's not a baby, but it's their baby. Jenny, God bless you, Jenny. You rock. And then you have Jenna. Jenna's Journey. Tina. Tina takes care of Jenna. Poor Jenna has a lot of seizures too. Prayers for Sarah. Sarah is a medical marijuana patient. She used to live in New Jersey. She had to flee New Jersey as an American refugee because she could not get the medicine that she needed here. The other American refugees are Diane, Vivian, Jackson, Claudia. All people that had to flee our state because there is no medical cannabis that could help them here. The proper medical cannabis. This part of the show, we've added 3 names in the past 3 months. And Jeremy wasn't even a patient. He was just caught up in the system. Lost his freedoms for a plant. Suffered because of the system. Was victimized by the system. So much so that his family is actually getting involved in activism to try to change the laws and make things different. Because they were victimized by the system. And now they've lost Jeremy. They've lost their father. Her husband. And I'm deeply sorry, Joanne, Quinlan, and Amaris. I don't even know what to say except I'm sorry, and whatever you guys need, we're here for you. I just, yeah. Randy Robertson. Chad. I just saw pictures of Chad. Cheryl Miller. Diane Ripatella. Sabina Rose. Joan Ford. Or should we call her real name? Teresa. Marie from Pennsylvania. Little Gracie from Pennsylvania. Cindy Mae. This is a sad list, man. I'm really sorry about this one. I don't know what to say. They shall grow not old. As we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them.